there's not really too much of a incentive here to take too much time up top. I hope everybody's doing good. How's everybody doing? Are we doing good?
I was going to derail us.
Oh, derail us? Yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's take our time. Let's take our time. We got plenty of time. Who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
We're going to be here for a while, right?
Yeah, exactly. Settle in, people. There's no reason not to.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Real talk.
Yes.
Is it okay if I stir up some minor controversy up
Please,
top here?
controverse.
Yeah.
Controverse, my
okay,
friend.
Okay, great. Because there won't be enough to talk about from this episode, that's for sure. So I was recently playing some more Oathsworn, which is a little bit of an older game now, but it's a tabletop RPG for folks who aren't familiar with it. And long story short, it's like, hanging out and playing with my friends and having a good time with that this weekend. But I'm playing it on Tabletop Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's an example of like one of the games that like, I would love for this to exist on Tabletop Playground and be able to play it on that platform. But like things like that not existing over there makes it tough for me to convince some of my other friends to move over to Tabletop Playground, because it's like, well, we want to play this thing on TTS, but it's not available over there. So like the option is you don't do it or you play it on TTS. And like at that point, it's like, got to keep TTS around for stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah,
I don't know how big of a game that is like overall in the grand scheme of things, and if there's like enough interest for people to do something like that's kind of an older game now at this point. But
yeah. I mean, I've never heard of it, but
which is fine. Like if you're not into that type of game,
yeah, that's also true.
That's fine. But it's like it's tough for me to even convince my friends to get into TTPG when like we played TTS for so long and we have stuff like that available to us.
Yeah. I totally understand that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like a soapbox of mine. And like, I know there's still a number of people who listen to not only this podcast, but also just like in person, like people I have in fact, recently when I played in person and I was trying to convince people, like when you play online, I like to play on TTPG. I really do believe that the Twilight Imperium mod for TTPG is great.
It's way better.
It's way better than the TTS. Like I really do believe that for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Even for the people who are used to playing on TTS, like I would really encourage you to try it, and because like once you get past all the shortcuts and stuff and learning that again, like it's great. But
yeah.
It's not a big learning curve. Like
no,
a lot of the controls
it's not a big learning curve.
A lot of the controls are very similar. Like just the basic ones. Obviously there's like some, scripting of like changing tokens and whatnot, but you learn that stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's wait. I feel like I'm missing. I feel like there's a point I'm missing here. Like
so the controversy is like I want to be able to tell my friends to just ditch TTS.
Yes.
I want to say that.
I don't think it'll happen,
but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't say it, right? And in spite of the fact that I love TTPG for Twilight Imperium specifically, but like beyond that, like there's just not enough other games.
There hasn't been enough, I would say, development of other interesting mods that people want to play. But yeah, and I only say that because I so regularly will look at like who's playing anything on this platform, and it's really just for Twilight Imperium, basically.
It's heavy Twilight Imperium.
Yeah. And so therefore I think like that's kind of the real issue with it versus Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator has the advantage of people play it has that like critical mass of almost like Roblox, where it's like to a certain extent, it's not even really about the platform anymore. It's about what people have made for it, for free.
The content exists.
Yeah. The content is out there, and they've gotten to sort of, kind of coast on that, basically. That free content that children made, basically, for it. That little children made, and they worked hard on it, you know, and they rushed home from school every day to make all those Tabletop Simulator mods, and then the Tabletop Simulator guy, he gets to just stack those fat stacks of cash. That's what he does, and he smokes big fat cigars, and just profits. Just profits.
And right in front of the children, too.
Right in front of the children.
What
he
a
doesn't
scumbag.
even have to, It's unnecessary, but he does. All right. Is that derailed enough for you? Are we derailed enough?
I think so. I just wanted to get
That's our one
there.
tangent we get. That's it. That's the one. Anyone goes off topic, we yell at them and bring them back.
Listener, viewer, whatever. If you're watching on video or if you're listening via audio right now, I think a funny little joke you could do: pause it and look at the timestamp. Just see how long it is right now. Go ahead and look and have yourself a laugh, okay? Because today, what we're doing, it's a fool's errand, I would say. Of all of our times that we've opened an episode like this where we're like, oh, we're tackling a really big topic today. We really mean it today. Because today, we are going to begin a journey that will last, I don't know, it will last as long as it lasts.
Multiple episodes.
We don't know how long it will be. I'm thinking it's 3, maybe it's 4.
Ambitious of you to think 3.
We cannot have a 4-part episode. Come on.
Maybe it's like a whole arc of the podcast where we are going to go through every single action card in the game and rank them on a list. We've got a S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. You know how it is. And we've got every action card down here in alphabetical order because that's the most fun. Okay, we're going to start with ancient burial sites. We're going to go all the way through until we get to Waylay. And also, we'll probably find that I messed up the alphabetical order at some point. Okay, the way I did this, just so you know, is that I had to kind of zoom in on this horrible interface and slowly drag all of these cards into alphabetical order, sometimes without being able to see the letters that well. And you do need to see the letters in order to do alphabetical order. Okay, that's something that is true. And yeah, I'm excited. I feel like this is going to be our finest work, our finest hour, I believe.
It's our magnum opus. Also, I already see an error with the alphabetization of it. I already see one in the first couple. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. You'll see it.
Just gonna let it happen.
Well, whatever.
So we're only doing Thunder's Edge action cards, right?
No, we're doing. Oh, sorry. I get what you mean. We're not going to do Twilight's Fall. No Twilight's Fall stuff.
Right.
Okay. Right. But we're going to do base game plus Prophecy of Kings plus the Codex cards plus Thunder's Edge. The full action card deck. We're not going to rank all the different versions of direct hit or sabotage or whatever. We're not doing that. Okay, just every unique card. All right, it would be so weird if we put sabotage on S tier and B tier and D tier.
That would be weird.
That would be weird. There's no point to that. And also, by the way, I just want to go ahead and preface this real quick. The visual aspect of this episode is going to look so stupid so quickly. All right, this is so quickly going to become essentially useless. All right, because of how much visual information you're going to see in every level of the tier. But we're going to do the best we can, okay? And hopefully you will enjoy this journey that you're beginning with us. And I'm ready to start. I don't know. Do you guys...
Can I take you on 2 more tangents?
2 tangents.
An absolute monster. I had us set up and ready to go with not even 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, go ahead. Just hit us with it.
All right. So back in I guess it's 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
But I still
Flashback.
have this. So
yeah,
there was a TI4 action card tournament where a member of the community invited everybody to come in and make their votes. It was this card versus that card.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is a better card?
Oh, wait, I do remember this. Yes.
And then the winners would go on to play against the other winners, and it goes, pairwise matching like that. And so they did a whole bunch of rankings that way. Obviously, being that old, there's a number of cards that don't exist on that list.
Right.
But I thought it might be fun to include community votes along the way as part of this conversation. What do you think?
Yeah. So does this mean we do that same thing where we have each card go up against each other card, or do we just let them use this tier list as well?
I'll leave that up to you if you want to do the pairwise things.
I think that's fun.
I like that one of your first tangents is giving me a task.
All right, Hunter, come on, let's do it.
You're like, I have a tangent. The tangent is
let's do something completely different.
Could add to his plate. Yeah. I'll promise you this, listener and JJ, if you will have a conversation later, not right now, okay, a later conversation about how that should look, then I'll do it for sure.
Cool.
Just give it to one of the unpaid interns you have locked in your basement.
You're both here. You're both right.
Give it to another one. We got a couple.
We're both right here. No, that's true. That's actually true. I got joy in my eyes. I'm just a happy little intern. Just glad to be here and get the experience from you, Mr. Hunter.
What is the second one?
All right, the second one. I did. Yes. So the second one, just as a general take, how often are you following politics?
You mean like in the news?
No. The strategy card in Twilight Imperium. Okay, I know it's a tangent. It's not that bad.
No to both questions.
Not that bad of a tangent. No, in Twilight Imperium, like, round 1 through 5, like in a let's just assume a 5.
I think I'm below
game.
Average. I'm below average.
Like how many times in a 5-round game do you think you're following politics?
Depends on how poorly I'm doing.
To one.
Like if I'm doing bad, I probably do follow politics.
Yeah. And I know there's like a whole lot of reasons that it could change. I think for me, the answer is somewhere between, like, again, this is faction dependent. I'm probably like 0 to 1 in most games.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at.
Yep.
I think that's probably similar.
I don't think I followed it round 1 in like dozens of games. I almost just never did in round 1, especially.
There's a couple factions that you can make an argument about it.
Yeah, and maybe if you take leadership, you could do it, which I almost never do in round 1. But no, in general, I'd say 0 or 1. Or if I'm really rich, I might consider it. Or if I'm really desperate, I might consider it.
Yeah.
Because like I had a whole conversation with Elspeth about this at one point because she loves her action cards.
She does.
But she's like, hidden information is inherently valuable because it's like the one commodity in the game that is not face up that you can secretly eke out an advantage that other people couldn't see. And I think that's a fair argument.
Yeah.
But the way I play the game is I try to reduce the ways I can get like screwed over or just reduce variance in general. And I know what a token is going to do for me. Like I follow construction, I get a structure that helps towards production and objectives.
Right.
Yep.
I follow tech. I get gravity drive. I get carry 2, yada, yada. We know that's good. I don't need to like look for a flank speed if I just have that stuff. Curiosity, I can go on and on. But with politics, it's like, okay, I can get 2 maneuvering jets or I can get, like strategize or overrule to get something really good.
Right.
So, but I lean towards that. I'm going to, play the game in a way that reduces the ways I can just get super unlucky.
I think a last round politics is pretty common for me.
Same.
Yeah.
But even that is not a given. Like if I'm like a barony or whatever, I might just not have the tokens, that kind of thing. So
yeah, I have to feel like there's something that I'm lacking. I have to feel like, there's just a little something that I need here. And then I start thinking, okay, well, let's just see what we get. Maybe that'll change the plan, And a lot of it comes down to timing too. Like if we're waiting on politics at all, and I'm not even saying stalling. I'm just saying like if politics doesn't pop for a little while, I might just go ahead and be like, all right, let's just roll the dice on what we've got. You know what I mean? Instead of like thinking about what I could get, All
right. I thought of another tangent in the meantime while we were doing this.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Just because I felt bad. JJ had like 3. I didn't want him to feel like he alone was wasting our time. So I wanted to give some, I don't even remember who told me this. It was someone, it might have been someone I played a game with, but they're like, when someone shows you their action cards, look at their flavor text and memorize it. So if they play a card later, like if it's a sabotage, or they play a sabotage later, and that flavor text is different, then you'll know that they still have one. And my reaction to that was like, you know, I try and win the game, but if I'm ever like that try hard, like I need to like get out of my chair and go take a shower. Was sort of my reaction.
Touch grass.
To that.
Yeah. If you're thinking about memorizing the flavor text, just please touch grass.
But I would say there's that advice is applicable to a very small set of people who A, have actually memorized all these things, and B, are capable of remembering in that much detail what has actually happened. Because let's be honest, how often do you get done with a game and you're starting to tell a story and it's like, oh, actually, that's not how that happened. And like me and Blasto were like, oh, yeah, you didn't do that. It actually was this other thing or whatever. Like it's so easy to misremember things like that.
Yeah,
big time.
And you only got so much RAM like in your head, right? You got so much things that you can keep track of at a certain amount of time. That like if you're focusing on flavor text, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you having to delete? I
just felt I think the person who said this listens to this show. So if you're out there, this is for you. Someone said it. You know who you are.
But you don't remember who it was, do you, Blasto?
I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry.
Just out of the RAM, just purely out.
Yep. No, I didn't even make it to the RAM, honestly.
Oh man.
All right.
Hunter, you got any tangents or are we good to go?
No, I don't. I have no tangents. There's no tangents for me. Okay. I'm just curious if at 17 minutes on the clock, we can begin the episode. Again, you can pause and look at the timestamp right now to get just an extra laugh on top of what we're doing right now. We were like solidly set for 2 hours, 45 minutes in my head. And now we're doomed to somehow 3.5 hours. How is that possible? It's not. Do we have it out of our system? Are we ready to do this? Okay.
Let's do it.
We begin not very dramatically with the first card in alphabetical order, as far as I know, and I'm not going to change it, okay? If I spot that I've messed something up, we will live with it. Ancient Burial Sites is up first, which reads, at the start of the agenda phase, choose one player, exhaust each cultural planet owned by that player, okay? This is a card that we have to call out the timing window of it, because it's not the only component with this window, but it's one of like two, and that's sad. And it's not very interesting, and it's not very good. It's probably mattered before, right? In some game, right? This has probably had its day.
I almost want to say it didn't, but you're probably right. Do people who actually care about the agenda phase?
It's come up, but it's so rare.
Yeah,
that this thing matters.
Extremely rare for this.
If someone thinks about what they're going to do with this card for more than 10 seconds, I like just make a little mental note down. I'm like, this guy. Don't just minimize the way this guy can do stuff in the game. Don't make deals. It's not worth it. They're going to overthink everything. It doesn't matter.
This guy's taking a bit of a hit.
The impact is low. Yes, you can target against, like, the person who has the most cultural planets might not be the person who's most important to even.
Of course.
So
that's
like
such a weird correlation that it's got to have.
And even if you can put it on them, like maybe they're not even in a speaker order where it matters because they vote first.
Right.
So like this thing just never matters.
I don't even play it. Like I hold on to it in case I draw that secret objective. Like that's how little it matters.
Yeah.
I'll just like discard it eventually. It's not even worth playing.
It's garbage.
In my mind.
It's not worth playing. Because here's the thing too, you play it and then if you, let's say you had a good play, I don't even know what that would mean. I guess like somebody had a lot of influence. Now they're kind of annoyed, maybe, like probably not, but maybe they are. And that's not even worth it. It's not even worth annoying someone. I feel like that's almost a loss for this card.
Also, please don't get annoyed if someone plays this on you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's okay. Like save your complaining equity for something else.
Yeah. We have much worse ones.
Yeah.
So this is a great D tier, right? Like we can put this at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a bad one.
It's
a real bad one. Okay, that's cool. We did one. All right, that was one. All right, take a quick break. You can come back.
Oh, is
Next
it time for an ad break? Okay, great.
Wait, yeah, let's do an ad break because we're supposed to do one in the first 20 minutes and I keep forgetting. So ad break after Ancient Burial Site. So you get one card right to the ad with you. Okay, and we're back. We've done one card for you. We're going to do an ad break in between every card. Just kidding. We're definitely not. Your next card is Archaeological Expedition. It reads Action. Reveal the top 3 cards of an exploration deck that matches a planet you control. Gain any relic fragments that you reveal and discard the rest. Yo, just saying, pretty sure I have forgotten about the fact that it has to match a planet you control. 100% guarantee you at some point in my career I have played this and it was not, and I didn't do it right.
I've definitely cheated with this before.
I definitely have. I have not thought about that in forever.
I'm pretty sure I've done it the right way on that, and like even gone to like, oh, which deck is better kind of thing, and figured out which one to use. But yeah,
I don't know,
it's
just when you read a sentence in the game and you're like, dang,
you've read it so many times you just kind of gloss over. Yeah,
there's one in particular. There's another card in particular that like people always mess up the part of it. It's the in the Silence of Space, the one that lets you like light wave, and people always forget that's only one system. It's the same thing with this and like several others. It's like you focus on the I draw 3 cards, I keep the relics, that you forget the planet you control part. But yeah. That is important. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat, people. Well, at least
not
on purpose.
And of course, you know, how many times do you play this card and it reveals like 3 attachments and like
horrible.
Somebody's so sad about that because like the Tomb of Infidia gets ditched into the bottom and now they have no chance for their bonus point and all that.
I love doing that. That's so fun.
What if you're the person though that was going to get the Tomb of Infidia? It could have been you.
Well, then don't play this card.
Not on cultural planets.
Not on cultural. Yeah, play it on the other.
Play it on a different one. There you go.
Play it on.
Look through the deck before you do this. It's all public information.
Yeah.
It's like if you're online, you could right click the deck. If you're in person, just shuffle it afterwards because there's usually a right choice. And it's usually cultural because that has more fragments.
It is oftentimes cultural. Yeah.
So we've hit, I think, kind of our first methodology or kind of a something to noodle on with the aspect of ranking all these cards. How much, because I would say this is not a very good ability, but it is an action, which means it's a stall. Yeah. So this would be a great time, especially early on in this ranking, to figure out how much is because this card can pretty much be played. I mean, I guess unless you have no planets besides your home system or whatever. This card can pretty much be played anytime, okay?
Yeah, that's
true. In that way, how much value is there in that? Because I think personally, I mean, this is maybe getting you a relic, and then if it gets you a relic, then maybe that relic was good. That's 2 maybes. I don't think this is very good, but it is an action. So that's not nothing.
I value stalls quite a bit because I think especially in round like 4, there's a lot of value in installing at the table. There's a lot of things that you can do in both trying to win, obviously, and also just setting up. It's like the round 5 is the new round 4. And, you know, also it can get you a relic, and that relic can be good.
Yes.
But I think anything that says action on it that is like unconditionally playable, so like there's not a super annoying condition that you have to fulfill to do it, I think I would not put it below C tier. Like if it says action, it's at least C tier.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think everything that says the word action probably gets into at least C tier, just because it's a stall. You need stalls; they're useful.
I agree with you. This is on the lower side of the action like component types.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I guess I'm just a little higher on the exploration deck. Like it's a third of a relic, typically. I think that's like about the odds, roughly. So
I'd put it at B, personally.
I was gonna say B tier, I think, for this card, but like I agree with your earlier statement though. Like I can't see any of these action stalls being lower than a C.
Lower than a C. I think B is okay. I think I'm going to ultimately be like a low B on it, though, because I was thinking C, but y'all both said B, so I'm down. Oh my God, this is going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun doing it like this.
To like climb it up the tier list.
Literally climbing up the tier list.
That's going to be so much worse when we have like the tier list all filled up.
It's going to be so bad. This is going to be, honestly, something you could do, a great bit you could do right now if you're in the future is go ahead and skip to part 3 just to see what it looks like for a second and then come back here. That's something you should do.
Laugh at us fools.
Yeah. Why are they doing it like this? This is so stupid. All right. Third card. We're doing okay. 25 minutes on the clock. Assassinate representative. This reads, after an agenda is revealed, choose one player. That player cannot vote on this agenda. I like this card more philosophically than I do using it. I wish it would have its day more often, but sadly the agenda phase is just not quite, I feel like, important enough for just turning one player off to be that punchy
there's not
or
enough
dynamic.
mutinies, right?
Yes.
Like there's not enough ones where the agenda result is not just like table chosen, like table agreed upon.
Yep.
There's like there's like 2 agendas where vote, or maybe like 3, where voting on it specifically matters. And that's just not a high enough percentage, to be honest.
And it doesn't prevent them from playing cards. So sometimes you play this on somebody and they're just like, yeah, whatever, I'm just going to do riders anyways, man.
Yep.
I don't care.
That's true.
So,
I'd say in general, this is one that's like, I mean, it's better than ancient burial sites because if you, in the situation where you do care about locking somebody down, it does a lot more, but it's still not great.
I'm thinking D. I think like middle, higher D is where I'd.
yeah, like above ancient burial sites, but in the
it's
D
definitely
tier.
above ancient burial sites.
Yeah,
I mean, my initial thought
sure.
was like a low C kind of range, so like we're not that far off, and high D is fine.
I mean, I think the Christmas land zone for it is so specific, but like this is okay. So this is also something that we're probably going to talk about a lot over the 15 to 20 hours of this discussion. Is those cards that like, we need like a term for this. Those cards that like they're not very useful, but sometimes they have their day. Like I have been in the situation where what happens is people start playing too many riders, and then you kind of end up canceling out that like last person.
That's true.
Where you're like, oh, suddenly, actually, I'm kind of the person that decides.
I decide it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, it ends up then being about bribery, basically, because you'll just be like, all right, who's paying me to make the outcome happen that they want to happen, basically. Right. So I think it does occasionally have its day, but I think it is, I actually think I'm also just kind of high D with it, I think is.
Yeah. I think it's in the lower to like 20th percentile of cards. That's So like if we're saying these tiers are like evenly distributed, I definitely would put it lower.
Also, I wonder if we're just going to discover that we don't like many of the action cards, like in doing this. If like the D and C tier are going to be like massive compared to
honestly, I'm okay with that.
Actually,
the way we started this off, I'm okay with saying so maybe it would be if I followed because we already started by saying we don't follow politics most of the time, right?
Not really, no.
But if we follow politics and you got this card, would you be upset? Would you be okay?
Is that like half a command token?
Is that half a command token? To you?
Ew, no. Yeah,
that is not
gross.
half a command token.
Yucky.
Yes,
I'd be if I followed to draw that and I drew that and some other crap, I'd be like that sucked. I'm so sad I did that.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the B's now. We finished the A's. Goodbye, letter A. First up is Black Market Dealings. This is also our first Thunder's Edge card. When you are negotiating a transaction, you and the other player can include relics, action cards, and unscored secret objectives as part of the transaction. This card cannot be canceled. Take it away, JJ.
We definitely
I'll
had
just take a break.
We definitely had some fun stories with this in playtesting. I mean, there's a reason why it's like so weird if you're trying to negotiate secrets and stuff like that you can't suddenly cancel the card. Like how weird what would you even do if someone tried to sabotage this? So like that was kind of a weird part of that in playtesting. We just weren't sure what to do. So like Dame just like, just can't cancel it. Right. So that was kind of like why, but as far as the value of it, yeah, like this is a really variable one, and there's a number of games where like you just don't have anything that's worth trading. But there's also a lot of weird games where it's like, I'll give you a relic for your good secret. Like I've done, like, you can do the I'll trade obsidian away, right?
Right.
Like if I've already scored all four, it's literally, I'm already done with it. I could literally
And you
hand
just
you
sell it
a
now.
point, right? Like
Yeah, but why would you do that? Why would you give someone the obsidian?
Yeah,
Like,
It's
what are they
always
giving
such
you?
a good question with JJ's deals, but it does work.
Why would you do it? Because I'm going to get something else that helps me win the game.
Something
right?
really good.
Something
Yeah.
else really good. Like maybe it's, and I mean, maybe that's something really weird is like, I want to go sit in your home system for Conquer the Week
Right.
because that's my chance to win. But by giving you this, you're banking on, hey, maybe you'll get an action phase secret. Then you can win without needing your home system at all anyway. So like, will that make sense in a lot of games? No. But are there going to be times where it comes up and it does something really cool? Yes. So
Yeah.
this is a very high variance action card. It's not
Right. Big time.
it's not like Archaeological Expedition where it's like a third of a relic. Like this one really takes a lot of like creativity and
Yeah.
weird board states for you to figure out what to do with it.
And they have to be down though. So like
They
I don't
do.
even look at this card. Like this card doesn't even factor
what I
into
just
my
said.
brain.
Like Hunter might hear it and be like, "What are you talking about? I'm
That's
not."
disgusting. That's not TI. Go back to school or something. Like that's probably what he'd say.
You guys know me so well. Yeah, Blasto, do you get any action out of this? Do you ever do any Blasto market dealings?
Blasto market dealing. I in the last in a game I played like a week or two ago, I had the obsidian and I drew all status phase secrets, and they're good secrets. It's just
Right.
not what you need with that.
No.
And then someone was like Nalu, and they're stuck in their home system and couldn't really get out, and they had Darken. So I was like, hey, you give me Darken, I'll give you like strengthened bonds, which is great for that. That was a great deal.
Right.
The
Right.
problem with secrets is that you have to, if you extend an offer and then they reject it, now they know your secret. So
Yeah,
it
sure.
takes, like, you really need to be certain that what you're offering them is something that you think they're going to accept.
I
or
can't
or if they're the
score
kind of
it.
person that just
You can score it.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense for me. It probably makes sense for you. I mean, sometimes that falls apart if like they already have all their secrets locked up. But like, yeah, that's the situation where you can try it, and some people will say yes.
Yeah. I think it's for people with a certain kind of meta that I don't necessarily share in that much. But I do think that if I was in the right circumstance, this would get used. But my issue is that I'm always trying to keep my secrets secret, very
Yeah.
secret. So I'm deathly terrified of what we were just talking about, of like
Yeah.
letting it be known and then not actually getting the deal, etc. And I'm paranoid that people would do that to me, would like trick me into the talk.
One way to do this
Mhm.
that I would do is I would be proactive in saying, hey, Blasto, I've got a secret that I think you can score pretty well. Take a look at what I've got going on. Take a look at your secrets and see if there's one that makes
there
sense
you
that you
go.
think to swap to me.
That's pretty good.
And
Yeah, that's
and-
how you got to do it.
and if you think there is, then let's go off to the side for a minute and let's talk about it. And if you're not even interested, no big deal, no problem.
Yeah.
You know?
But
Or-
the problem
or
is
you could
a
just
lot of
lie to your
times
friend.
It's like,
You can just lie to your friend and say, hey, I have unveil flagship, and then
It's a
and then
mind
they get
control,
to
yeah.
reveal their secret to you, and it's like, oh, I was just kidding. It's not actually unveil flagship.
you don't even have to say that. You can just say I'm not interested. That you don't even have, you could just lie to
Yeah,
them, and then
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they'll never
Yeah.
figure it out.
I mean,
That's a funny-
I'm not going to take that angle, but that is a thing that some people would do. Like, I can
Right.
think of a couple of
do.
people that I know would do that.
Yeah. Who are they?
Yeah, let's name names.
Name them?
I'll say it. And Kat, when you're listening to this, you would do that.
Absolutely.
You would do that. You would screw with somebody and say, I have this secret, but then not actually have it. Just to mess with people, just to see what they did.
That's true.
Honestly, if I was in a troll, I wouldn't do that for like the strategic advantage it gave me. I just do that to have some fun, honestly.
Yeah, that is
I
fun.
think
love
that's why
bluffing
he would do it
secrets.
too. Yeah, no, I don't
Okay,
think
for
he's
sure.
doing it like he's like trying to like get one over. Well, maybe, but that's like part of the fun. For him,
that's
right?
the fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
part of it.
Honestly, this would be what you're describing as something I should do on stream sometime because the chat would love that if I was
Yeah.
just straight up lying to someone and they know the whole time. They always love it when I lie. I almost never lie, and they always love it. They always
It's
love it.
great.
Um,
Part of the game.
What do we do with black market then? Because obviously for me, this is like a C tier, but it seems to me like it's probably a lot better if you're using it, right?
If I'm like a poor faction and I draw this, I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for value.
Yeah.
But it is objectively a card that gives you tools to win the game sometimes. So it should probably go in B tier. It's just it's a real tough one to place on the tier list.
What do you think, JJ?
If I drew this on my secondary follow and it's like round 5, I think I'd be pretty happy with it in a number of situations. So I'm probably going to go B tier, but I think it's fair to say for a lot of players, it would be more of a C tier card. So I'm also not opposed to putting it a little lower, but I think the potential of that one's pretty high, that I would bet a little bit on the potential of this one.
I like it in B tier. I think I want to put it above Archaeological Expedition, actually.
Yeah.
I think
really? I'd flip them personally. That's
one's
where I'm-
known value and the other is
that's me. That's just my play style. I know. I mean, Archaeological Expedition is gambling, but it's
A third of a
gambling.
relic.
Here's
it's
my
a
only
third of a
argument against it is that Archaeological Expedition, the known value is the stall, which is good. But with black market, if you're using it, which oftentimes I'm not using it, but if you're using it, it is for known value. It's for
Yeah.
something you know is good and possibly even critically good.
Another example is like how often does somebody get a relic and it's like the wrong person got this relic?
Yeah.
like crap.
And like if you had the ability to trade off like Metalli Void Shielding to Barony, like they might just give you support for that. Right? Like that's the level of power on some relics for some factions. So like I think the potential's high.
All right, I'm good with that.
Yeah. I also think it's still, it's not like we're saying it's A or S tier.
That's fair.
No.
Yeah. We're just saying
Yeah.
B tier. All right. Up next is Blitz. At the start of an invasion, each of your non-fighter ships in the active system that does not have bombardment gains bombardment 6 until the end of the invasion. Kind of neat, I guess. I mean, it can be pretty cool. At least
Can be.
it's at least the type of card where I draw it and then I can be like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. The bombardment is a little tame. Like sometimes when I read a card like this, I'm like, why not just give them good bombardment? Like, why does it need to, like, why can't it be like, I wouldn't even care if it was like War Sun bombardment, that it's like, all right, now we're doing something, like for real.
The best case scenario I've had with this card was I have used it to score the bombardment secret.
That's great.
And the situation where I did it, it also happened to be I was taking someone's home system with it too. So like that's a pretty high roll. I'd say most of the time you're looking for a way to use it, and there's not as many times that sniping a planet will help, but like there are times where like 3 or 4 capital ships getting blitzed suddenly makes it a whole lot easier to take a planet that you didn't think you were going to. And nowadays getting X89 with this too.
That's what I was going to say.
Is pretty hot. So that's one thing that's bumped this up a little bit from what it used to be. It's an okay action card.
I've played it to take sticks, and in that scenario, it made a lot of sense. I was like, okay, this literally is making it a lot more doable in a way that I wouldn't have gotten any other way, basically. But yeah, that honestly has a lot more to do with the X89 combo than it does with anything.
I haven't had these like ideal situations with it like you guys had, so I'm not huge on this. Like, yeah, with X89, I think it's definitely better. But if you don't have X89, I'm thinking like each shift is half a hit.
Yeah.
And you only have like 4 ships usually, so this card's like, okay, I'm getting like 2 hits.
2 hits.
But if you have X89, it turns into a pretty good combat action card.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, the oomph is so minor, and even though I mean clearly I do like this card, in my head I just wish that it gave them better bombardment. Like I just don't see why it should be such a the value should be that way, because it's just one card like this. Why not give me some super bombardment? Why not make it bombardment 3? And then it can just feel like, wow, this is like a really cool card. I brought a Destroyer 2 in, and it fought the fighters in the air, and then it did bombardment 3. Like, that's pretty sick. But yeah, the way that it is it's a card that, even though it is cool, it also can give you nothing. Like, it can just be, oh yeah, that didn't help at all.
Yeah.
So it's hard to plan around it.
And honestly, I feel like that happens more often that it's a blank than it is a high roll like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, also, this is like, I feel like we're going to put this somewhere, and then as we set the benchmark for combat action cards, we might switch it around a bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how like combat action cards are going to shake up on this list, but I generally value them like lower than other people. I don't care too much about them.
Same.
So
There's like
I
one.
generally would put this lower.
There's one I
especially-
like. There's like only maybe or two. There's two I can think of that I like, but most of them are not.
Yeah, there's a handful I like, but it's just not. I'm not like, yay, I got a morale boost.
Most of the time, our advice is going to be play the game in a way where you have so much HP that 2 more hits on bombardment doesn't matter.
Doesn't
So,
matter. Yeah. I'm feeling C tier, but I could be talked into D tier.
I like C tier. I think C tier.
I like
is
C
pretty
tier.
good.
Yeah.
C tier.
It's useful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think D tier is. I'm not looking for like even distribution between all the tiers, but I think D tier is like
Trash.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like this is pretty much garbage most of the time.
Likely
Blitz
never
is,
going to use this. Yeah.
Blitz is just mediocre, but
Yeah.
it does stuff.
Okay, that was great. That was actually a good look at how quickly we went through that one. Actually, that was like the pace that we should have for all of them. Just kidding. It does it better. In my head, actually, the way this is going to work is I'm just going to let the timer hit wherever we're at, and then at 2.5, I'm going to be like, we're done. That's it. Or maybe even at 2, depending on how I'm feeling. All right. We could do 4 parts. Up next, bribery. After the speaker votes on an agenda, spend any number of trade goods. For each trade good spent, cast 1 additional vote for an outcome on which you voted. I sometimes, you know what I resent about this card? I actually don't like the outcome on which you voted aspect of it. I sort of wish I got to just do whatever at the end, you know?
Well, it'd be
Like-
too good if you could like manipulate the writers, you know. They can't
Yeah.
allow that. Like
Yeah.
that would be
Oh.
too good.
Then it would be interesting and worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's trash. Like this is like a worse version of the Hakan Commander, which nobody cares about.
Yep.
Well,
It's-
okay, I
it's
think
so
it's a better
bad.
version of that because the Con Commander, you have to do it when you vote. It's a little,
But you
like,
get two for one.
You get 2, but
You get so
there are
much.
okay. I'll give it a little credit. There are some times where people like vote exactly, and you can just spend 1 trade good to swing it your direction.
That's
Like,
true.
I've had stuff happen with this. I still think it's D tier.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
well, don't get me wrong, but I think
You've
it's
had-
like high.
You've
D
had
tier.
the Christmas land for it.
It's
sure.
it's sneaky.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little more with Blasto because I like it better than Assassinate and Ancient Burial Sites for sure. I mean, Ancient Burial Sites might be the worst
I
card.
think
in
it might be
whole
the
game.
lowest one.
Which is funny that we started with it. But I think
It's
I
gonna
do
be
like it
real
better
bad.
than Assassinate because I would rather surprise flip than I would be like, I stopped Jeff from voting. Like, how am I supposed to know how that shakes out? At least with bribery, you play it and you know, oh, well, this matters. You know what I mean? Like,
sorry. Can you dunk on Jeff again for a second?
Jeff, you don't get to vote on this one, Jeff. I'm just saying, bribery it's a good window. The window's solid.
The window is
basically.
good.
I'll give you that. I still don't like this card. It's a D tier. Like,
I'm not arguing.
Definitely a
against
D
that.
tier.
Don't worry.
okay.
Yeah.
If you want to put it above Assassinate Representative, that's probably fine. But it's bad. If I draw this, I'm unhappy.
I'm sad. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want a
I
refund
almost
of my
never
token.
have an opportunity to use it. That's how I would put it. It's not
Yeah.
that I would never use it. It's that if I have it, I probably can't use it. So
Yeah.
there you go. Up next. Also, that was great. We nailed that last one. Up next, we got Brilliance. This is an action. Ready one of your planets that has a technology specialty, or choose one player to gain their breakthrough. Would be cool, except for how everybody plays. Everybody wants their own breakthrough, and they kind of get it themselves. So a lot of times I've actually not used it to get anyone their breakthrough yet. I've only ever done it for refreshing a technology specialty planet, which is just kind of a random thing. Like sometimes that's good. I think I actually have had big lore before and been like, oh, this is cool. That's good.
I mean, it's
I don't
still a
hate
stall.
that. And it's a
right?
stall. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's the worst case is it's still a stall for a
It's
little
minimum
bit of
C
value.
tier. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
already in the C tier at least with this guy.
Okay, I gotta give a little shout out to this.
Yeah.
In a prelims game, was it a prelims? I think it was a prelims game that I was streaming. Someone had this card. They already had their breakthrough, so they played it to give someone. I think it was like Nazroka, someone who doesn't really care about their breakthrough, to give them their breakthrough, and that forced a fracture roll. Like the person couldn't say no, and
That's awesome.
the fracture came into play.
Yes.
And they ended up winning with sticks into shard.
That's
That's
cool.
great. That's
That's
really
cool.
great.
That's like the peak of this because
Yeah.
I just like that you could play it on other people and they cannot say no.
Force
so
them
like,
to
hey,
have
you're
it.
getting your
Yeah.
breakthrough. There's nothing you can do about it. Roll
Yeah.
for the fracture.
Yeah.
I've got a blue tech skip planet. Therefore, I need you to get your breakthrough so that we can roll for it. Yeah, that's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Right.
I've
Great.
I have used this in the way of I got cut out of my breakthrough before, and there was a Yasarl player who was my neighbor. They offered to give me my breakthrough. Now, in this case, this was early days when like people were trying to really snipe Thunder's Edge.
Mhm.
And so like I didn't get my breakthrough because somebody else raced for it, did like 2 or
Right.
3 of them. And so like I had to concede, like the deal was had to give up the equidistant planets to Yasarl in order to get my breakthrough. But at the time I'm like, well, I think I need this that much. So I'm just going to go ahead and say yes to it. I don't know that that's like a common situation. I don't think that's common, but it
No.
is.
I don't think so.
If you're playing with people who like to snipe Thunder's Edge, that can come up and be a thing. But I would say, yeah, especially the advice we're given these days, it's less likely to come up for an important faction, and more likely to come up for one of those NRAs of the world who don't care about it as much. So.
And you know, if you're one of those factions, maybe still getting it in the end is fine. So like, I'm like, oh, okay, I get my breakthrough. I don't really care too much about it, but I'm still happy I have it. So like, I'm not.
Right.
A lot of the times when I get this card, I'm not going to be sad about it. One, because you know, obviously it's a stall.
Right.
Two, because maybe I can sell it, and then you know, Christmas Land, it gets me my breakthrough. Or you just refresh a tech skip and it's whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't
Budget biostims.
Yeah, but yeah, budget biostims.
Budget
So,
biostims.
I don't know. I'd probably put it low B tier. Is where this probably falls. For
Yeah.
me.
There is a situation where maybe you have a slice that doesn't have any tech skip planets, but I feel like that's pretty unusual too.
It's true.
That is pretty unusual
What
and
on it?
mean.
Can you sell it? Is it your planet?
Wait, sorry, what?
The refreshed planet is it one of your planets?
No, yeah, ready one of your planets.
so you couldn't even
can't
sell it.
Sell
if
that
you-
part.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm honestly feeling high C for this one personally. I think it is like a step lower than something like Archaeological Expedition, which is like at least kind of chasing something tangible. I mean, the Christmas Land you painted is awesome, and that technically did win that person the game.
That is fun.
But it's still based off the fracture roll, you know,
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
never gonna happen.
it's kind of but I guess, you know, actually that's similar odds to like a relic winning you the game. So maybe it is about as good as Archaeological Expedition.
To me, it's about Archaeological Expedition. Honestly.
Yeah.
Let's
I think
say
it's-
low B.
I think
That's
it's
all right.
lower than it
I'm good with
personally,
that.
but yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I think because the thing is, a lot of times you'll just be in a situation where you have to use it for the first part. And at least Archaeological is always chasing something that might be interesting. Okay, we're almost done with the Bs. Now we got Bunker. At the start of an invasion, during this invasion, apply -4 to the result of each bombardment roll against planets you control. Against planets. Actually, I hadn't even thought about that aspect. It's a plural.
Yeah, me neither.
It's all the planets.
Yeah.
What? Is that right? That's right?
I guess that's right. Yeah, if someone
think that's
splits up their
right.
bombardment, you
Whoa.
I've never had a situation where that came up, but
yeah,
like,
me neither.
But dang,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this makes bombardment a lot harder. I've been in a lot of Christmas landies here where they were about to kill me. and then it did not happen because of bunker. I've been at least
So
in my
if you're a
career at least like
hunter,
5 times.
This card is better than everyone else because they're coming for you.
They are for sure coming for me, and having bunker is almost like, oh, this is perfect. They're gonna love this.
It's sneaky. It's
Neener,
sneaky for
neener.
sure.
It's
This
so
gets a lot
sneaky.
better if L1's in the game because
yes.
this applies to all.
Yes.
This applies to Harrow. So if you play it, then their
Yes.
Harrow is -4 as well. So
Yeah,
I've seen
100%.
situations where L1's like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to rely on Harrow. It's pretty reliable. It will usually win you fights. And then, surprise bunker, and your entire faction ability is gone.
Yeah.
And you lose.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's like it's kind of similar to Blitz. It's like niche, and sometimes it'll make a big difference, especially with X89. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
I feel like, for me at least, and where the game is at, of like how much is win slaying and holding on for your win versus how much is going after the win proactively. I think you're right that it's similar kind of vein as like the bombardment, but this is like the worst version of it because it's less often that I'm trying to hold on
Right.
and more often that I'm trying to chase after taking something.
Yeah.
And I
for
feel
sure.
like this has got to be at least below the Blitz.
See, I agree with what you just said. Okay. But I just want to say what I like about bunker in comparison to Blitz is the number is right. It's a better number. 6 on the offensive side is not nearly as good as -4 defensive. Does that make sense? Like, if Blitz was more like bombardment, 4 or 3, then I feel like it would be as punchy offensively as bunker is defensively. Obviously, if they hit you with War Suns, bunker, maybe it doesn't really matter that much. But I mean, bringing the dreadnought threshold goes up to, has got to hit on a 9.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. No, you're right. They're almost never hitting on.
So that's my only argument. You're right that offensive abilities, philosophically, offensive abilities better than defensive. In Thunder's Edge, that's just the truth. But I feel like the number they've chosen, that -4, is actually a good number, whereas 6 is a bad number, basically. That's how I feel. But and this is just in comparing it with Blitz,
Right.
not saying that I think this card is some amazing card. I just like it better than Blitz, basically.
I think they're side by side. I don't have too strong of an opinion which way. I also do agree with JJ. Offensive abilities are better.
Offensive abilities are better. They just.
So I think on
are.
that principle alone, I put it like below it. But I think they're like they're touching.
I'll grant you the Blitz being low C as opposed to above Blitz. But yeah, I just wish that Blitz number was better.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, okay. Those are the A's, those are the B's. Here's a quick little summation. Nothing has made it into the A tier or S tier yet. And we've got kind of a nice filled out lower to middle tier right now.
I think that's a theme. I think that's a theme. I don't think these are going to be equal.
It's going to be a minute before anything gets up there very high. Because up next is Construction Rider. After an agenda is revealed, you cannot vote on this agenda. Predict aloud the outcome of this agenda. If your prediction is correct, place 1 space dock from your reinforcements on a planet you control. Okay, this is our first rider, and it's an okay one, I guess, for the riders. It's not one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's probably one of the weakest riders, honestly.
I think it's like the second weakest one out of all of them.
Oh yeah, I guess Warfare Rider is.
Yeah, it's Warfare and then Construction. I mean,
Trade is better, Tech is better. Yeah, most of them are better.
Diplo is better in a lot of situations.
Diplo, because can't Diplo do Mechatol Rex?
Do Mechatol Rex.
Yeah.
I think it's the only kind of Diplo that works on that.
Yeah, okay. Construction Rider is one of the worst riders, for sure.
Yeah. It's okay. Like the problem is I want to get my space stocks out early, and getting them out like going into round 3 or going into round 4, I just don't care as much.
Right.
Like build production is all about like momentum.
Early plastic.
Better. You want to get your docks out early.
Yep.
So I just, unless there's like a construction objective, and in which case I kind of wish I already set up for it. I don't want to rely on a rider.
For sure.
People probably aren't going to let me get that.
Well, maybe they are though, because we just said it's bad. So this
Yeah.
at least is one that doesn't swing the
Yeah,
outcome.
that's true.
Just
It's not
can
gonna
get through.
change hearts and minds too much.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But then sometimes when you start playing riders, other people play riders and then they just ruin it. Like
They
somebody
just
plays an
ruin it, yeah.
Imperial rider on your construction rider outcome,
Yeah.
and you're just like, get out of here! Like we
Every
don't know each
time.
other.
Yeah, somebody overrides it with something that actually matters, and now I don't get my dock because it happens.
And I'm just
a lot.
innocent
Yeah.
in all of this. I think
Yeah.
maybe part of it is I'm using a little bit of POK brain, and the fact that Thunder's Edge has made it so that there's not really any awkwardness around getting a space dock. You get one, you can use it.
Unlock
Things are a
docks.
little more
It's great.
liberated in that
No,
way.
that's a good point of where construction secondary now that they're unlocked docks. It incentivizes people to do it earlier on the follow. I agree. I
And
think
people take it. Like people take construction.
absolutely.
So
Yes.
'Cause
like
yes.
I try and
It's
get 3
picked
docks
more.
out
Yes.
almost every game.
Yes.
And that's like and just build a million fighters. Like that's just the general game plan. So it's just weird that construction rider is space dock and not structure.
not
like
structure.
why
It should be
like if I already
structure.
have my docks out, I just
It doesn't
I guess
even
I
do
could-
anything. Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think
So-
it's a D tier for sure. I think we're all in agreement there.
I think so.
I'd put it. I think I'd actually put
Yeah.
it below Assassinate
Oh, I'm not
and
that low
above
on it.
Ancient.
I'm not that low on it, but I do feel like it's a D tier for me.
I'm thinking like top of D tier is where I'd put it because it does
Yeah.
still do something.
It's at least real value.
Yeah.
It doesn't
the
need
fact,
a Christmas land situation. It can
exactly.
just
Right.
happen. Yeah.
right. The fact that there are objectives tied to structures, it's at least something.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Also, that's the first alphabetical mistake there. Construction rider.
Construction confounding. You're
Confounding.
right.
Whoopsie.
Well, but I
Whoopsies.
like them together. Okay.
They should be together.
Oh wait,
yeah,
they
yeah.
would have still been.
They would have
together.
still been together.
Just shut up. All right, everybody. Shut
I was
up.
gonna go along with it.
This took me a minute. Okay, this took me a minute to do, and it was very annoying to make this work. Okay, up next.
Can we do
we've
these
got-
next two together?
Sure. I mean, but one of them. So there's
They're not gonna be even
confounding
close to
legal
it.
text, which is when another player is elected as the outcome of an agenda, you are the elected player instead. And then there's also confusing legal text. When you are elected as the outcome of an agenda, choose one player. That player is the elected player instead of you. So confounding makes sense and confusing does not. All right. Confounding useful. Confounding can actually get you stuff and be important. And confusing basically only matters in one scenario, which is that you've been elected for public execution, in which case you can play it and deflect the public execution.
And when that happens, it feels so good. It
yeah.
feels awesome.
Yeah. I've
But
seen it happen at least
Yusarl
3 times now.
Needs to hold on to that
Yusarl
card.
should hold on to this
Mhm.
no matter what.
Yeah, don't
usually
discard it if you're Yusarl.
Public execution usually just goes onto the speaker, so it's only if you have this card and you're the speaker and public execution comes
It's
out.
crazy the odds
It's
of this
very
actually
narrow.
happening. Like,
It
Right.
just never happens. Whereas like Yusarl, people might just vote for Yusarl even if they're not the speaker,
Yeah.
which they
Yeah.
should. To
Yeah.
be clear, they should.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yusarl should hold on to this card. But everyone
Yes.
else, I'm like, just get rid of it. It doesn't
Yes.
do anything really.
So
okay, how good is confounding though? Like, because I like confounding.
I think it's A or S.
Yes, finally. I was
I
thinking.
mean, look at
A.
it like compared to like a strategize. I know strategize. I think strategize is S tier.
Strategize
like,
is
getting-
incredible. One of the best
But like,
cards in the game.
there's going to be at least one agenda throughout the game that will at least give you some value. There's like relics. There's things that give you money. There's obviously like there's some point ones out there. There's like Imperial Arbiter.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like at least one point during the game it will matter. Also, you get all of your riders off on it. You can
Right.
rider yourself
Right.
in confounding, so it stacks with that. So I think it's pretty good.
It's
I'd put it
easy
at A or S.
to come up with Christmas with this card. You know what I mean? Like it's
You
that, you
can
don't have to
come
tell
up with
that
Christmas
crazy
for
of
it,
a
yes.
story to come up with some sort of
Rider
Christmassy
yourself,
scenario.
your Yusarl, get your
Yeah.
agenda that you care about and get those two. Yeah, it definitely can't happen. And I've seen that a number of times. Like when someone starts riding themselves on an elect player, that is the signal that you
It's a
should
big tell.
expect this card to happen, because that's usually the situation. But like, I'm the type, see, it's funny because like I'm in this one, I actually don't like to put all my eggs in that basket.
Right.
And I feel like I'm maybe different here on this one because like I feel like if I writer it and then I play this to follow it up, that I'm gonna get sabotage for it. And
you gotta
like
trust your own Hollywood. That's what it is. This is a real Hollywood play. Is act desperate, talk a lot, be erratic, and then they're not even thinking about that. You know what I mean?
But you're right. Like if this is one where nobody lets it, if nobody sabotages it because maybe they just don't have one, then the upside is definitely there. So like, I feel like the fact that I have to invest multiple cards into this play makes it to where I'm okay with like an A tier, and even without the writer thing. Like, I do agree there are just agendas that come up. There's usually one where it's like, I want to win this. So
Minister of War, Minister of Peace, Imperial Arbiter.
Yes.
Even like
political censure.
Political censure,
I feel is one that comes
That's
up
a real
decent
good
amount.
one.
Yeah. So I'm willing to agree to like A tier, but I'm not willing to go S tier on this because
it
number
just
one,
depends where we have like that cutoff. I'm good with A tier.
I just don't feel like it comes up often enough where
that's fair.
Where I'm going to be happy with that. But I've definitely seen a number of good plays with it. And the reason I want to talk about these together is because like so many times people confuse these. They literally confuse the confusing legal text. And it confounds them. They don't know what to do.
They get confused.
and yes, because the worst part is confusing is bad. Like it's going to be
it's really bad.
A D tier type one. There is one more magical Christmas land that I've seen that we didn't talk about, which is both of these cards together.
Wait, so what happens?
So
you play Confounding first, and then you play Confusing to give it to somebody else?
Yes. So
why?
So you can sell it to somebody else.
No.
Why would you want to do that? I don't know.
Why?
But like I have seen that play more than once.
No.
Like, yes, I've seen more than once where somebody.
I've seen that happen once.
Yeah, somebody was
one
like
time, and I don't think it was a smart play.
I don't
that
think.
One time.
Yes, I think it's one of those where they saw the possibility and they were very proud of themselves. It's a very cute play, but like, how often
it's like building
are you
100
actually going to
infantry
do
on
that?
Arborek? Like you get a medal at an intergalactical for it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so but Confusing. That's at the bottom for me. I think that's worse than Ancient Burial Sites.
It's
as
bad.
Far as like,
I think it's better than Ancient Burial Sites, but I think it's below the other three.
I guess there's no scenario where Ancient Burial Sites is good,
right?
But the Confusing legal text scenario is so ridiculous.
A little better, but it's
a nice little blanket, I guess. Like it, but the problem is if you have politics and you're giving yourself speaker, you're not gonna put public execution on top. So maybe I'm talking myself into.
I'm still D tier. I just think it's above Ancient Burial Sites.
It's probably above Ancient. We're talking like 6-player game. If you're in like a 3 or 4 player game, Ancient Burial Sites is a little bit better because there's less people to vote. But in 6-player, Ancient Burial Sites.
Honestly, I think right there that was our last shot for something being below Ancient Burial Sites, though. I think we just because I think Confusing legal text is the next worst. So I think that's a lock. These two. I don't think there's anything worse than Ancient Burial Sites and Confusing legal text.
There might be.
There's like one I have in mind, but
there's definitely some bad cards. Right. Don't get me wrong. We have many cards left, by the way, an hour and 5 minutes on the clock. We have many cards left.
There might be.
We've got a couple. We'll see. Okay. Up next this one's okay. This is Counterstroke. After another player activates a system that contains one of your command tokens, return that command token to your tactic pool. Okay? It's kind of neat. You have to things have to happen the right way. It has to work out for you, and you have to sort of like, I don't know, it depends on somebody else's activity. It's a very Prophecy of Kings card, I would say. It's a POK era action card. And now Counterstroke, it's like what we were saying before. It's not really offensive. It's more defensive. And this isn't really the defensive time, you know?
It's very cooperative. Like it's rare that you'll be able to play this card for any actionable effect.
Right.
That's like a trick, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be, I need this fleet to be unlocked so I can go slay someone. I just need you to activate me. And in round 5, people are stalling anyways. People don't care about that usually. It is one of the best win slay tools in the game if you have help. because it's hidden, it's sneaky, and it's good. A lot of the time, though, this is just +1 command token, which in an action card is not that bad. It's okay. That's like the worst case scenario is decent.
The situation where I feel you can get somebody with this is if it's last round and it's still a win slay situation. So you're absolutely right on that part. But like if they dipload a system, it is still your token that's there. And then if they activate it, like then you can Counterstroke to lift it.
I do love that moment. That's my favorite.
I've seen that a couple times to big effect. So like again, even that situation isn't like super common, but like it's worth a shout out. And but overall, I think you're right. Like this is one that's more of a cooperation win slay thing than I gotcha kind of thing.
Because honestly, even that scenario that you're describing, even though I love that, by the way, that play is incredible, but it's still more POK Winslay type stuff.
Yes.
Because a lot of times when people diplo sticks, then they never activate sticks again.
They don't need
afterwards.
to. Yep.
Yeah. What's
that
the point?
That's protected. Yeah.
Literally been in that late game where I'm waiting for them to activate sticks and watching like a hawk and hoping for it to happen. And sometimes there's just no reason to do it.
There was even like I remember old tournament times. It's POK era, but I remember one of the episodes that you put onto YouTube where it was the Counterstroke heard round the world, right? Because there was an activation of someone's home system for funsies or stalling, and then Counterstroke unlocked that fleet, and then suddenly the whole game changed because of it. So like, but that was because people cared about win slaying back then, and like, now's a little different. At least
a little different.
Current state, it's a little different. So
I think it's this is a slight little tangent. I think it's going to stay that way. Actually, like,
you think win slaying is not coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in the SCPT meta.
I think the math just isn't there. Like, because you have to have a lot of stuff to win slay. And if you're busy doing all this other stuff, like, that's just not. And honestly, like, the whole hog, like, taking the home system win slay was already so much to pull off. I mean, we all have like our favorite times when it happened, but a lot of the times it was just hard to do. I think it makes more sense to block your opponents by stopping them from succeeding instead of trying to obliterate them.
Yeah,
sure.
We're in a preventative win slay than a
annihilate them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm more in a I'm not going to let you get your Mechatol points for free anymore. You have to have enough to actually do it. That's where I'm at now.
So it's interesting you say that because I feel like all of the tournament games that I played from prelims and semis both went really late into round 5. Like,
oh really?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like in the Mahawk game that I won, it was literally status phase win round 5.
Same with me today.
Yeah. And then in the semis game that I played, it was technically an action phase win for me, but like it was everyone else had passed. Literally everyone else had passed. And the only reason it was an action phase win is like somebody played puppets on a string to make a last effort play when I thought I was safe kind of thing. But I actually scored an action phase secret when they did it. So like,
oh wow.
So that was a weird,
crazy.
That was actually pretty crazy. I guess I didn't tell that on the episode before. Yeah, I'll say it now. Like I was Arbrek. I had the Nomad Alliance and somebody activated me.
Oh my God.
I did hear about this.
And because they were trying to stop me from scoring my public that I had. And I'm like, cool, I build the Arborec flagship for free.
And you
come on in. And then I killed them and I unveiled flagship for the win. Yes.
Oh, that's just poetry right there.
That was really fun. Yeah, that was a fun story.
That's as good as it gets.
But that's not
right
this action card. This
that's not Counterstroke.
Yeah, we're getting away from it.
Yeah, Counterstroke don't do that. I don't know. I'm kind of like maybe B. Like
I think B. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think worst case scenario, it's a token for one action card, which is fine.
Tokens are cool.
This is one that my POK era brain wants to say A tier.
Right. But we're not in that.
Yeah,
we're not in that
definitely.
anymore. And I think you're right. I think this is one that's taken a hit, and it's more of like a B tier card now.
I think it's high B tier.
Yeah.
I still think it's a good card. I don't want to like knock it down too much.
Yeah.
I think it belongs there. And
Yeah, I
there's
like
maybe a
it. I
couple
like
that
it
belong
above Black
it.
Market and Archaeological and Brilliance. It'll lead the B tier for a bit.
It's funny that it's next to Black Market right now because they're both kind of deal making cards, I feel.
They are.
True.
Yeah.
The current situation.
And one of them is like, I think it's easier to get someone to counterstroke you in order to help you, in order to have you like do the win than it is for you to like get some. Although I guess I don't know, that secret deal you described was maybe Black Market's better actually, because
It's so hard to tell. It's the Black Market just has such a wide range of use that it could be anywhere from like A to C tier in a given game state.
All right. I'll just leave it how it is for now. Maybe at the end we have
later.
all like how many of them are there?
107 unique, I think, if my math is right.
Horrible. Up next is Coup D'etat. When another player would perform a strategic action end that player's turn, the strategic action is not resolved, and the strategy card is not exhausted. Defensive.
I hate this card.
Defensive.
This card ruins my life.
This card sucks. And because the vibe of it is just so bad. Like, it just has the most neener, like, vibe.
Yep.
And I don't, of course, if I'm playing, if like, let's say someone has the 8, they're about to play it, I'm going to lose. I'll play it. Yeah, I'm going to play it to stop them. But it doesn't feel good. It feels kind of lame, to be honest. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'll only do it if I think I have a chance to win. But people just love playing this card. It just, they just when they stop your game, even if it doesn't win you the game, they just like, I had an impact on the game. I did it. I stopped a Blasto. Yeah. And this is just like the most.
Is somebody bitter? Is there a story?
Is there some bitterness here?
Oh, yeah. Just watch my first prelim game. I mean, that actually wasn't Coup D'etat. That was signal jamming. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just, I was playing a Franken game and I had Imperial and I was like super ahead. They did need to stop me. But there were 2 null field abilities, a Minister of Peace, and I knew someone had Coup D'etat.
Oh my God.
So it was like this just unsolvable puzzle that I'm like, oh, I can activate here to score this stage. Nope, there's Minister of Peace. Oh, I can activate them, and then activate them again. Oh, nope, they have a second null field because an assimilator token is on null field. And then the entire time I couldn't do anything with like any sort of fleet log play because someone just had Coup D'etat, and then I had QDN, so I took Imperial again the next round. And then they codexed back Coup D'etat. No. We didn't actually finish the game, but I was like, please don't take it back. I want this game to end.
Yeah,
no, it's just I've had so many like games where this card has just ruined my life.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's just like the quintessential, this stops other people from winning, but doesn't help you win.
No, it does not.
It's just... And sometimes it does, obviously. If I'm not winning, someone else is. But oftentimes, the person who plays the coup is not the person who's winning.
Right, because it can be like, the coup is going to be played by any of the 5 players who's not winning.
Right. You got to slay somebody, whoever the somebody is. What's interesting thing is, even though we've talked about the play for Imperial, I actually feel like these days it's not necessarily Imperial that you want to target with this card to win.
Sure.
Like,
and it's more interesting if you don't play it on Imperial. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
because like, how many times is it action phase round 5 win? Yeah, and where like stopping Diplo might actually be more useful. Like if it's somebody who's on sticks, like I've definitely seen that a number of times. So I feel like there's a number of times that I've seen that used on different strategy cards now, which is more interesting. And also, like we at least got to say it once, the extreme duress Coup D'etat thing is nasty.
How does that work? What's the interaction?
We don't really know for sure.
Okay, cool. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm just bringing it up because at least somebody will comment on it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like the combination of those cards is nasty, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Overall, I feel like this is one that's like, it's definitely in more of the Winslay area, but it's one of the better ones. Because stopping a strategic action is pretty good. So
it's a big deal. Yeah.
Does this work with Overrule?
No, it doesn't work with Overrule.
Right?
No, because you're not performing a strategic action.
Win New Hero are just component actions.
Yep. They're component actions, not strategic.
There's no way to stop well, I guess the Sabo, but yeah,
That's it. It's your only hope.
That's it.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, I think that as far as how impactful it is on the game, it is of course very important. Maybe it might be the most reliably important card we've talked about so far because of that principle of if any player has this in their hand, it will probably get used. And in that use, it will probably be about stopping the end of the game, which makes it incredibly important. I just hate it. Like I hate the vibe of it.
Well,
I do,
and it
yeah.
also, but also it doesn't always stop the winner. It just stops the strat card. So like,
yeah.
I've seen a number of times where like somebody doesn't even get to play this. Like,
For sure.
In my brain, like, and why I paused you there about the Imperial coup play is like that was definitely POK era. Like that was what you use this for
Every
Like-
time.
like almost all the time. But like now, if you wait for Imperial, the game might be over before that even happens. So
That's
like,
true.
the coup doesn't even do anything that you think
Yeah,
it's gonna
I
do.
mean, regardless, I'm just not talking about just Imperial though. I'm talking about if it gets played by anybody, it probably mattered. That's all I'm saying. It's like
that's true.
it pretty much never gets played for no good reason because of the very nature of a negative card like this. If it's in anybody's hands, they'll have some time to think about it. They'll see the relationship between all the players. This is like we used to say this about public disgrace. Public disgrace is a great example of this type of card because if anyone has it, it's going to get used on whatever
Somebody.
player. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It moves your initiative order up by 1 in the last round. In POK, it's a little different now, but
Yeah, initiative order
always
doesn't
useful.
matter for as long. That isn't to say that I think Coup is like A tier, but I think I'd put it in B at least.
I think I'd put it mid B. Like it is a good card, and I would much rather it be in my hands than someone else's.
Yeah.
And what JJ said, it can be used to stop like Diplo or Warfare. Like it can do interesting things, just like besides just slaying the person in the lead. So I think it belongs somewhere, in that ballpark, like around Black Market Deal. I think right there is good.
Yeah, right in the middle there. Okay. Yeah. Coup d'etat, B tier. Okay, up next. Courageous to the end. After one of your ships is destroyed during a space combat, roll 2 dice. For each result equal to or greater than that ship's combat value, your opponent must choose and destroy one of their ships. It's not non-fighter ships, it's just ships. So kind of a lot of cases it's not really going to make a difference. In order for combat cards to really hit, we have to be imagining that we're really changing the math as far as how many hits are being received by your opponents. And if you are in a combat where 2 hits will swing it, then that's great. I mean, but you maybe shouldn't have started that combat.
It's also like a snowball effect. Like some cards, if played early, even if it only gets you 1 hit, that can like start a snowball and lead to something. But
Right.
this is at the end of a combat. This is at the end of a combat and produces at most 2 hits.
Yep.
And if you don't have a War Sun, that's like usually an average of 1 hit
Right.
if you use it on like a Dread. So I think this is a really hype card. I think it's really fun to play.
Oh, it's good for
And, like,
stream. I love it.
It's
for
really
stream.
good for stream because
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes up,
It's good for stream.
it's good. It's good cinema. It's good cinema.
It's good cinema.
But I think of the combat action cards we've seen so far, I think it's pretty thoroughly the weakest.
It's a fun theme to the card, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think of it like this is your I don't know, X-wing moment where you've got, Jack or whatever that's been destroyed, but he's taking somebody down with him, right?
Yeah.
So like there's some
Did you say
fun
Jack or whoever?
little... No,
Is
isn't it
that's
Jack Porkins? Isn't that his name?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just didn't know his first names. I only knew him as Porkins. I just think it's funny that you referred to him by his first name like so casually, like as if you're like
Obviously,
buds.
you should know this.
Yeah, I'm like
Clearly, you
who
should
is that?
know from a, I don't even know, 40-year-old movie at this point. Yeah, this card's it's pretty weak overall, but it does sometimes do things. It's usually about a hit, so yeah.
It's also destroy. That's like sometimes that
Destroy's
matters. So
good.
it goes
Yep.
through sustain.
That's
True.
good.
There's 1 ship left. Can destroy the War
How
Sun.
often do you destroy a ship early for this card?
Not often.
No.
Because, well, maybe like a cruiser.
Yeah.
I'd consider it, but
because the combat
I don't
value
know.
there is maybe good enough.
I'm gonna
it
wait
really
because
depends.
I want the value. I don't want to play.
Yeah,
because
if you do it early, you're just gonna destroy fighters, right?
Yeah,
Usually,
Yep.
that's true.
and that does. I think that kind of impacts how often this card is going to be important in the combat, though. If you
Right.
have to wait for your like bigger ships to get hurt, then it's like again, it needs to be a combat that was already going to be close,
Right.
and in which case it's like, of course, we don't always get to do combats where we have the numbers. Like you,
Right.
sometimes you just don't have a choice, or you're literally kind of at the end of your rope, and you're like, well, I just got to play to my outs. So that
Right.
means I got to try this combat and just see if
I
the
got to
dice.
take out another capacity ship before they invade my home system.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like there's all the time you have to do combats that are suboptimal, and it's great for those. I feel like,
Yeah.
but in most situations, it's not really going to make or break anything. That being said, I do think it's better than our D tier. I would probably give it. But I like Bunker and Blitz better because they're
I do
opening
too.
up new opportunities, whereas
I do
Courageous
too.
the End is just kind of like maybe you get a hit.
I think if it is C tier, I think it's like the very bottom of C tier.
Yeah. Actually, am I overrating it? Could it go into D? Should it just
I
be
think
D?
I think it could go into D
could.
personally.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like Construction Rider better. And actually, I like Bribery better, too, actually.
I definitely like Construction Rider better, honestly.
Yeah.
Bribery, I don't know.
Bribery, I don't. Yeah, those are.
Listen, I like Bribery because I think it's just...
okay. Yeah.
It's because of the writing that I like Bribery. It's not always about how the card functions. It's like, good, at least we have the right window on the card, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't always have that. Sometimes the window on the card makes it so the card doesn't make any sense and it can't be used. Oh, and it's actually kind of that's a little bit relevant. Crash landing is up next. When your last ship in the active system is destroyed, place one of your ground forces from the space area of the active system onto a planet in that system other than Mechatol Rex. If the planet contains other players' units, place your ground force into Coexistence. I wish it was just the Sardak hero, to be honest. I just wish that's
Yeah.
how it worked.
I mean, that would be a little too strong. That's a
Let's
card
have
in
it be
Twilight's
strong.
Fall.
Why not? I don't care. Like
We got that in Twilight's Fall. We don't need that in the normal game too.
that's true. Yeah, we do have that. Twilight
I actually
Fall.
really like this card.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I think I might be in the minority, but I think it's really versatile. And Coexistence is already really good.
It is.
But also, like if you lose your home system, which I mean you shouldn't be losing your home system, but you know, if you're playing like Yssaril or something and they have like really weak home system, they draw a
Yeah.
lot of action cards.
I get you.
This can be like a really, really great surprise.
pretty sick,
I'm
actually.
coexisting my home system, so I
Yep.
can score objectives now.
Yep.
Like it, I
It's
actually
fun.
really, I actually like this card a lot.
That is a really cool play that I had never considered. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah.
can just like send a carrier into a system that you need a planet for coexistence and just do it that way. Like I think that's the normal way.
yeah.
But I think those two, it has two very valid and very strong uses. And I think because of that, I really like the card. Do I think it's A tier? Probably not. But I'm not disappointed when I draw this card.
Here's my issues with it. I have two big issues with it. I don't like that it doesn't work on Mechatol Rex. I just don't like that.
My bad.
And is that
Hey,
your
Jeff.
bad? Did you do that? Wait,
Yeah.
why did you do that?
So that actually came up in playtesting. So
What did you do?
There was a game where I had Imperial and I think it was Brassbird was on Mechatol, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to beat your ships." But I'm like, I send in my carrier, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight your Death Fleet with my carrier." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then I crash landing onto Mechatol, and at that time, being on Mechatol and Coexistence, you could also like play Imperial for the
No.
Oh
point.
God.
Well, that's dumb.
Why? Coexistence
And-
was better? Oh no.
Yeah, at that point, we could do that. So like, yeah, it's kind
It's
of
just like a leftover sort of.
I think so. I don't remember the exact timing of when those things happen, but like I think that's part of it. So yeah, not being able to coexist on Mechatol, I think, is part of that. But
Yeah. Well, now
how
that
often do you care about coexisting on Mechatol? Like how often does that really matter?
it's so sometimes I just can't win on the sky. So if I could get onto the ground, I'm not, obviously I won't do anything about it right that second. And this is the kind of setup play that I would be doing all the time. Would just be like, I'll crash land down there, beginning of next round, I will
like
attack.
a two-part, like Crimson mech deploy sort
Big
of thing.
time.
Like a
Big
2-round.
It just depends on what faction is on Mechatol Rex right now, because everyone has their different, some factions are strong on the ground, some are, stronger in the sky, whatever. But
what about like occupy the seat of the Empire? I guess it could count for if it was there, right?
Does that work? Don't you need your own ships there?
Yeah, you do need your own ships, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Because
unless it just says if you control Mechatol.
That's true.
Okay.
The control was the thing I was thinking, but you're right. Your ships.
Yeah, you crash land on Mechatol, plague their infantry off, get control of Mechatol, and then play it.
Incredible.
Now we're robbed of that amazing
the
play
plague Mechatol play. Yeah. That's true. Or the SAR breakthrough. Or SAR Hero.
Hey, SAR Hero.
All right.
What
now
a
we're
play
talking.
right there.
Now because of you, JJ, we're never going to have these opportunities.
Now we've really polished that ability that doesn't exist. And the other thing I don't like about it is that Styx is the same way. Coexisting on Styx doesn't really get you anything either.
True.
So it's something that I feel like only helps with like a handful of objectives. Like coexistence is great, obviously, but most of the times that we talk about coexistence abilities, what makes it great is the versatility of being able to coexist on multiple planets. I don't know how often I'm in a situation where coexisting on one planet is really going to do it for me, except for that incredible thing that Blasto just described, which that will happen to me someday.
Yeah.
Like 1000% that's going to happen to me.
I did it in a Yssaril game. It was the greatest.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I
had a version of that where I was coexisting, someone plagued the planet, and then I took it over with my one unit. So I can see it. It's not common, but I can see it.
I think it's not common because you don't often lose your home system, but it does actually give you a fair number of options
to
just play a little bit looser in your home system.
Yeah.
If you're not worried about sabotages.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's a way to become a martyr and score that.
Oh, true.
And
That's
then,
good.
Okay.
And then score your public.
Or you can like go to someone else's home system, crash land, and then when they kill it, you become a martyr, right?
Oh, that's also a great way to become a martyr.
Yeah.
Okay. So crash landing, though, when we started this conversation, I was thinking C tier. Now I've been talking to B tier. Are we even hotter than that? Is this an A tier?
I really love this card, but if I'm being objective, I think it's like
I think it's a little too narrow for A.
It's like, how good is coexistence the mechanic? Like the cost of doing this is very high. How much are you wanting coexistence for a single planet? Like, and I think that's really the key of it. And to me, I think coexistence is really good.
I mean, it is.
It is.
But I still would argue that the reason we think it's good is because when you have access to coexistence, you have it as some sort of unit ability or a faction ability.
Just the one. Yeah,
it's not just the one. You know.
Yep, that's true.
But it's secretive. It's an action card. It's inherently better because no one. It's hard to like play for someone having that one action card in an entire deck. So I'm not arguing for A. I could go A. Really like
I could go A.
Oh, you're going A.
Y'all talking me into it. I could go A.
Let me throw one more Christmas land at you.
Okay.
Hunter.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Put your Santa hat on.
You know what? I really should bring my Santa hat to this next time.
You should always.
Next time we do an episode, I should just bring it, right?
Just not during Christmas.
I'll
just
put on
the next
hat.
episode.
That way everybody knows that we're in Christmas land. Okay.
That's actually a great idea.
You just do it before you even start to talk. You're like, hold on. And then you put the hat on and then you just start saying whatever you were going to say.
It's so funny. Sorry, another tangent. But like, back when I used to play Magic the Gathering, one year for Christmas, a friend of mine made a whole bunch of like custom Magic cards. And one of them was called Magical Christmas Land. And they gave me that card.
Perfect.
And it was like, tap, make your dreams come true. And it was so perfect for me. And sorry, you just made me think of it when you were saying that there. But the other Magical Christmas Land that I thought of for this is Puppets on a String with Crash Landing.
Oh
yes.
Because that's one where you can truly surprise somebody with those two together. Whether it's, home system, or I blocked you off 4 of a kind or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how often does somebody say, okay, I knocked them off by taking the one planet I needed to take. Now I'm going to move on and I'm going to deal with something else because they've been stopped. Blasto doesn't have his 4 of a kind anymore.
Right.
And then, of course, I'm going to choose you, Blasto, right? But
I'm used to it by now.
thank you. But like, if you have puppets and crash landing, that's another one. It's 2 cards together, but like, you can sneak out a win with it. Like, I think it's got some juice. I really do.
Yeah.
I love those 2 cards. They're my like. If this is a tier list of like how much I just enjoyment, this is definitely S tier.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, when we get to puppets, puppets
I'm not willing to go
my favorite,
S tier on this one,
card.
but I think
I'm not trying to argue for that. I'm just saying I just like the card.
You're enjoying.
All right.
Yeah.
My enjoyment. Is
We're
S-tier.
going A tier. Am I putting it above Confounding? Do we feel
I don't
that?
think so.
I don't think so.
All right.
I think it's bottom A tier.
Bottom
I think
A.
it's
Bottom A.
It's honored to be included
Yeah.
in A tier.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Up next, we've got Cripple Defenses. Action. Choose one planet. Destroy each PDS on that planet. No restrictions. You can do home systems. You can do wherever you want.
People
any
do
planet.
forget that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because the other one, the Space Dock one, does have a no non-home system clause to prevent you from just ruining the beginning of someone's game. But crippled defenses don't matter. It's funny because earlier we were like, offensive abilities are better than defensive, but this is just one that I just don't really care about because PDS just don't really matter that much.
Action stall.
It is an action stall. I mean, yes, we're guaranteed C tier, guaranteed C tier placement here. I'm not seeing this as D. It is a stall.
And
It can point block. Like it can do that.
Yep.
Don't forget that. It can really screw you over if you're relying on
Big
a
time.
structure objective and you just have the minimum. There's 2 action cards that stop that. So be careful.
Yeah.
But
And it
Watch
also
yourself.
can just choose a planet that doesn't have any PDS. Like,
Yeah,
who
you
cares?
just choose a planet.
So
That's
like,
all you
you
do.
can truly just use it as a stall.
just literally a stall. It's the epitome of C tier stall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're done. I think that's all we have to say about crippled defenses. I
Yeah.
mean, what else is there? Bottom of C tier or top of C tier?
I think I value a stall more than, well, I don't know. What do you guys think on this one? I
Between-
feel like the stall's better.
Between
That's-
Blitz and Bunker for me, like,
Oh, split them up.
We're
Yeah.
separating them, but they're best friends.
They are kind of
Yeah.
the same card, but yeah,
they're
let's split them
similar,
up.
but
That's
All right,
more
yeah, we'll
fun.
split them up.
Let's just split them up just because that sounds fun.
But yeah, the viewers will hate that.
Yeah, no, take that, viewers. No S tier cards yet. I don't even know if we'll get one in the part one
In
of
this episode, yeah, maybe not.
I'm looking ahead. Oh, I'm not sure. Okay. Up next, we have a difficult card, Crisis. At the end of any player's turn, if there are at least 2 players who have not passed, skip the next player's turn. This card, tough to play the right way because it's just a bad window.
timing window.
Yeah.
It's
Some
horrible.
Some people are a bunch of cheaters. That's all I'm gonna say on this card.
This is a little cheater
people
pumpkin
just
eater
like,
card.
You got to be more honest with yourself if you try to play this card in some situations. You're like, I always intended to play this card. I just forgot the window.
Yeah,
No, you
stop
didn't.
talking like that, people. I know. I hear
We know what
you.
you're
We
doing.
know what
We-
you're doing.
You're
Like,
not getting that one past us. No,
we
no, no.
can't. The fact of the matter is that we cannot stop this game just based off the fact that I know what's going on. But like, yeah, it annoys. The writing annoys me. I'm annoyed with the writing. I wish that it had been written differently so as to not create this situation. Because as much as I'd love to just blame all the people on it, it's the card's fault, y'all. I mean,
Yeah.
the card is the most angle shooty window
It
we've
is.
ever had in the
It is.
game.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
It feels bad. I mean, we'll at least say it like on like TTPG, you can like right click the card and
You
be
can.
like, announce that you're going to play it on so and so's turn.
And I encourage people to do that. But at the same time, listen to what we're saying. We're saying in this, at minute, hour, and 37 on the Space Cats Pistols podcast, they reminded you of this thing you need to remember that is in regards to one action card in
Yep.
the game. How often
It's the
will you even
only
have it
one.
in your hound? So, like, it's a ridiculous ask, really, to even tell
is.
people, hey, remember to right click it. Like,
Well, and not just that, but like like, let's just talk about in person. Like, how do you really know when it's the end of some player's turn? And how
Sometimes you
often,
don't. Yeah.
how often is it like, oh, wait, I meant to say I'm going to do such and such thing also, some
Yes.
ability or whatever.
Yes.
And
Or-
I think if you miss it, like just take it on the chin, even if it like wasn't entirely your fault, because it feels so bad when you're like, I'm gonna go make my play for sticks. I activate the system, I get ready to start doing that, and then someone's like, oh, I meant to play Crisis. I was always gonna play Crisis. I don't want to be the guy that's like, you're angle shooting. Like,
Yeah.
don't put other people in that situation.
Right.
Even if you yourself know that you didn't mean to.
That's so right.
That you meant to do it.
The impetus is on you, the player that has Crisis in your hand.
Yeah.
To like master play it. And if you don't want to, just, I don't know, just don't even worry about it. Like,
So here's one where I think we need to differentiate a lot between like the competitive scene and the casual scene, though,
Oh, for
because
sure.
I get what you're saying in a competitive environment. So like for us that have played, 100 games or whatever of Thunder's Edge, like, yes, we're used to this and we probably should know better by now, but like, I don't want to be the person who's like, I mean, I just taught somebody to play the other weekend, and like, they're not going to know this. They barely know what a turn is,
No.
So like,
yeah, that's a great point.
Like I can't expect them to know the timing windows of every card, especially something like this, which is like the only one literally in the deck that does this. So like, if you're playing casual, it's a lot more forgivable, and we've been in that kind of window and even in the tournament scene for a little while. So like, will that come to an end? And I mean, we kind of are, but I have some sympathy for people who don't know this.
Oh, me too. I want to be
Yeah.
clear. I do have sympathy, and that's why I was saying that it's not the people's fault. It is the card's fault.
It is the card's fault. Yes.
It is the card's fault. It's written this way. It should be written differently. I know that everyone that proposes fixes for this card, like everyone has all like very good disagreements to. I think it's just the concept of it is like kind of tough to nail.
Work.
Like it just
It's
doesn't make
really
sense.
hard.
I personally would be fine if it was more like you play it during any player's turn to skip the next player's turn. Like you have to play it ahead of the turn you're trying to skip. You get what I mean? Like
I get what you mean.
Yeah. It's just like
But
while you're doing
oftentimes
your
you'll
stuff,
play it-
I'm like, hey, by the way, we are skipping Blasto's turn.
And you can
after
do
this.
that. Like you can still
You
just
can do that, and that's actually a
And I'd
smarter way to
encourage
do it.
people to.
So the thing is, even in spite of all those great ideas, like it still doesn't fix like the Nalu problem of
Yes.
like, I went first. I'm the first action of the round, and when whatever agenda or whatever stuff, now suddenly I'm the target, but I'm going first, so you can't do anything about it.
Right.
So
You can't
like
play this on Nalu.
in some of
beginning
those
the round.
situations, yeah, exactly. Like if I'm Nalu with Imperial and I suddenly just win, well, like guess what? You can't crisis me,
Right. Which is
Like,
weird.
which
an
is
advantage.
weird. Yeah, like the way it's written.
I think it's to
even.
stop because I think that's for custodians. If I had to guess, like
Sure.
stopping someone from taking custodians with this card would be a bit rough.
Yeah, no, that's
But, I mean,
true.
I guess there are already rough cards in the game, and another card kind of does that anyways.
Yes.
So
I've been there. I've been in
don't
that
know.
experience.
I think the card is conceptually it's kind of like, I think it's a better version of Coup. I think it's like a more interesting version of Coup.
For sure.
But I think the card will just always be plagued by that annoying timing window, and it's kind of a feel this bad card.
Yeah,
It does have the public disgrace coup d'etat type vibe to it, which is that if any player has it, they're going to play it on the player that's doing well. So it will get used frequently and generally at a time when it matters, at a critical point. It's whether
it's
it gets
great.
used correctly or not.
It's more versatile. I think it has a huge, like a high
Big
skill
time.
ceiling in a way like Coup doesn't. Like you'll know when you should play Coup. It'll be pretty obvious. But for this, you really have to, if you're playing it right and not angle shooting,
Yeah.
you have to preemptively think, is this person going to do this, something that will like screw me over on my turn?
Yeah.
And you have to think about that in advance. Also, the other thing with this card that some people don't know, I've done this several times and people have been like confused every time, is that you can skip your own turn with this. So
it could just be a stall.
in the worst case, it's a stall.
Yeah.
Which I like that's part of it.
That is pretty sick, actually, that it was written that versatile. I think that we'll see, it hasn't happened yet, I feel like, but we'll see a high profile streamed game where somebody has the cleanest, best Crisis. Like somebody plays it, they play it exactly when they're supposed to. The chat is like, wait, why are we skipping that turn? And they're like all confused. And then it like sinks in and we realize that this player has read the table better than the commentators, better than chat, and they win the game based off of that crisis play. That is going to happen. But that's like a level, that's like the highest level of Twilight Imperium type,
Hey, you guys are in the finals. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it
happen.
Yeah, come on, JJ. Let's do it.
I'm going to be lucky if I have more than 5 action cards. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, you guys, there's going to be a low action card game. Actually, no, it won't be. I take that back.
Oh,
see, we don't really know.
Little spoiler to you
Interesting.
guys there. It will not be a low action card game.
Oh, no.
Bad news for me.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that.
Okay, so what do we do with Crisis then?
Above Coup is where I'm.
It's definitely above Coup. It's better than Coup.
See, I actually want to put it lower because of how like personally frustrating it is to play with the card. Like
that's fair.
Like I don't love that this card even exists in its current form. Like I get that my feelings about the card shouldn't come into its objective valuation, but I just don't like it a lot.
I don't know. I think the idea of that it's basically Coup but better and philosophically better, even though the writing didn't quite make it to wherever it needed to hit, and I'm not sure that there is even a fix, basically. It makes me like it more than, honestly, anything we have in B tier, just being straight up. I think I like it better than Counterstroke, Black Market Dealing, I think, I don't think, I mean, Crash Landing is kind of, y'all kind of talk me into that. I don't know if I like it as much as Confounding, but I think for me, I'm high B on it.
I think higher than anything we have in B is probably where I'd put it.
I can live with it in B tier. I would probably not enjoy it being an A tier card if that's where you're going with it.
Yeah, no, we don't need to do that.
I can live with top of B. Yeah.
Boom. Okay. There we go. All right, we did it. Top of B for Crisis. Okay, we got through the C's. Wow. A, B, C, hour 45 on the clock. Incredible. We're just blasting through this. It's going to be a 6-part episode, is what it is, what we're realizing.
Remember when you said 3-part episode? You remember that?
Yeah, here, wait. Let's scroll down and see. Good Lord.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
I think I need a tag out on this one. Bring in some other people for this.
We are in so much trouble. Okay, shut up. Sit down. Deadly plot. During the agenda phase, wedded outcome would be resolved. If you voted for or predicted another outcome, discard the agenda instead. The agenda is resolved with no effect and it is not replaced. Then exhaust all of your planets. It's fine. I mean, it's sort of, I guess a lot of times I'll be like relieved when someone plays a deadly plot on like an agenda that nobody likes, which I don't even think is really the intention of the card. It's like a veto, but in reverse. I don't know. I mean, most of the time I feel like it just feels kind of dumb. Does that make sense? Like a lot of times when it comes out after like everybody's played all their cards and had all these conversations and then someone plays a deadly plot, it just kind of feels like, why? Like, why is this even...
We wasted all that time.
Yeah, like we did, like why? But it makes sense. Like from their perspective, I guess it makes sense because if they're like, I'm trying to hoover up as many of these cards as possible, why should I interrupt them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I should just wait.
Let people waste their writers and their confoundings and yada yada.
But like, it doesn't help the agenda phase that this card exists. Like, it's already such a weird phase, and for there to be a card that's basically like, no, that just feels kind of silly.
Sabotage the agenda.
Yeah.
I do like drawing this card because, as I said earlier, I like reducing variance.
Yeah.
And especially, like, there's some certain factions, like Ghosts of Krios, who just get screwed over by certain agendas. Like, there's just, like, 2 agendas that are just like, death for them.
Yeah.
And this is, like, less the case for other factions. But if I'm trying for, like, a Styx play and then Minister of Peace comes out, like, I just want to get rid of that, too. There's just a lot of agendas that can hurt my game that I'm happy to just hold on to this.
Yes.
And have that nice safety blanket.
Definitely feels good to have this in the hand, for sure.
It's also interesting because, like, some of the Christmas lands we've talked about get killed by this as well, too. So, like, the whole, confounding play
confusing
that we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
like that all gets stopped by deadly plot, which I kind of like about it.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, or if there's just an extra type situation of they're just running the agenda, just be like, yeah, you don't get this one that's really good for you, kind of thing.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel like this one has an impact where it comes up enough, but it's not like a crazy card. So like I want to give this one at least a little bit of respect.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad card, but I have a general resentment of the agenda phase. And this is a great, I think, way to sort of explain my resentment of the agenda phase. Like the agenda phase as we know it currently, this card makes sense and it is useful in the context of the agenda phase. But I think the whole way the agenda phase has evolved has just not been to my taste or to my liking. But as far as agenda cards that I want to have in my hand, this actually might be my number one as far as like how good it makes me feel. Like
I think it's pretty good.
I am safe. I cannot be. No one can Imperial Rider me, or like I can't
Imperial
be
politics
publicly
writer.
executed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like none of that stuff is
how
gonna happen
often
to
do
me.
you see that where like Yasarl or whoever has Imperial politics writer on the same 4 against agenda, and it's like, well, that sucks. And
That's lame.
And this is a way to deal with that.
Yeah. How hot are we? I mean, in the hand, I feel like I'm a B tier. Maybe abstractly, it's more of a C. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's I think for me, it feels like a B tier. I think in general, for people who are less like, paranoid than me, I think it's probably like high C. If I had to guess.
What do you think,
I like
JJ?
it as a B tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been hurt, and I like having deadly plot to not get hurt so much.
Well, what like below Coup, above Coup? What do we think?
Below Coup is fine for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Below Coup's fine.
Below Coup. Perfect. Below Coup. All right. That was deadly plot. Up next, we got Decoy Operation. After another player activates a system that contains one or more of your structures, remove up to 2 of your ground forces from the game board and place them on a planet you control in the active system. Very POK coded card.
Yeah.
Not really one for the nowadays, I feel like.
Not
But it
really.
did have its time. There were moments where it would get played and people would be like, whoa. But it's also sort of the window is not super friendly because it's after activation instead of like movement when they've already
After movement,
committed,
yeah.
basically. So
Right.
it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah,
I wish
not
it was
great.
after movement.
Put a PDS on sticks if you have this, I guess. If
Yeah,
you have sticks.
for sure.
But it's not great. It's a little bit of home system defense, but again, sometimes it just brings the more grounds. But like if they're coming into your home system, it's probably going to be with enough to take it and like 1 or 2 extra infantry.
Well, it's ground
not make
forces,
a
so you
difference.
can do mechs.
You could do mechs.
yeah,
You could do mechs. And
That makes it a
X89,
little better.
that's a
It's true.
thing. X89, that's a
But-
thing. But yeah,
In the situations it comes up, it's pretty good. It's just a little narrow.
It's
Yes.
narrow.
yeah. I think it's
Very
narrow, and it's so narrow in such a way where like I'm not sure I'm going to play into it if I have it in my hand all the time. There are going to be times where I'm going to ignore that I have this option. But if it's convenient, and if you're talking,
Yeah.
if we're talking sticks late game, if we're talking Mechatol Rex for the Imperial point, I could see it. Outside of that, though, it's kind of like not. I don't know. I don't think that's coming up for me at all.
I think it's a little too narrow to go above a D tier for me. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think it comes up very often.
I agree.
Not anymore.
How high on D tier are we thinking? I mean, it's not in the trash. It's not like a sensitive.
It's not trash.
or it's not like assassinate.
I think it's below construction rider, above bribery.
I like that.
I like
Kind of
that
split
too.
those two up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got another rider, which is diplomacy rider. After an agenda is revealed, you cannot vote on this agenda. Predict aloud the outcome of this agenda. If your prediction is correct, choose one system that contains a planet you control. Each other player places a command token from their reinforcements in that system. Not one of the good riders, but it's okay. It can do Mechatol Rex, and it can do sticks. That's kind of it. That's kind of the end of what's interesting about it. But there you go.
It's at a level where sometimes you can convince the table to do it if they agree that you have a target that's worth protecting from like some other player, but I think that's not super often.
Right.
So like I think
It's more of a
this-
poison pill if it's actually
Yeah.
going to be impactful. basically.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like if somebody else puts a strong rider and use this as a counterbalance, like, hey, we can give Blasto an Imperial point, or we can give JJ a Diplo rider, and like which is the lesser of the two evils? Probably the Diplo rider, but not always.
Which honestly, we got to. Here's the issue: is riders, because of the growth of the action card deck, riders just don't come up as much because there were more cards added to the deck, and they're not more riders. They're not even more agenda cards for the most part. So basically, it's kind of a weird thing where like the platonic ideal situation for diplomacy rider was like stuff that was happening back in base game. And now we've gotten so far away from that like it honestly just doesn't even come up enough like that for I feel like it to even work out in that like other way. So yeah, it's either you play it and you have a great target and then they're like, well, we're just going to not go that way, or that's kind of it. I don't know. It's hard to get it to go the Christmas Landy way where it's actually going to help you, I feel like.
If you're ahead, this doesn't help you win.
Yes.
If you're in the middle of the pack or losing and you have an obvious way that you can help stop somebody, I mean, that's already a little bit of setup that doesn't happen real often, and it's not super high impact. I mean, to me, yeah, this is like I want to say C tier because I just don't think you even get it to go on the ones where it matters the most often.
Yeah. What do you think, Blasto?
Yep. I think that's right. I feel like the situations in which this would be helpful, the table is so incentivized to not let you get that.
Yeah.
Like if you're on Styx, no one wants to let you get this. If you're on Mechatol, no one wants to let you get this. If you're in the lead, they don't want you to just Diplo your home system. So, and then in most of the other cases, it just doesn't matter. So I think it's C tier. I think it's top of C tier, but I do think it doesn't belong in B.
Yeah. I'm down to give it top of C, actually. Because I do think that because it has everything in C has like I would say kind of a low ceiling. We maybe don't see Bunker the same way, but that's okay. I'm just kind of ignoring that. And this at least has a high ceiling.
Yeah.
There's at least a high possibility of something happening. Okay. Diplo Rider goes top of C, and we're going to finish the D's, and then I think that's about as good as we could do with this first session.
I accept.
But up next, because I could feel it. We're getting tired.
I'm getting very tired.
All right,
I'm glad it's obvious.
Let's hit it. Diplomatic pressure is next. When an agenda is revealed, choose another player. That player must give you one promissory note from their hand. Annoying card, stupid card. I don't care. I don't care at all. The only thing that we've ever said about this card is that it doesn't matter unless multiple people play the card on the same person, in which case, okay, fine, maybe it does matter. But even that is like a very particular situation that almost never comes up.
Then you're just bullying.
Yes. Also, they can still trade, so it's not real. If it actually is going to matter, you could just be provoking them into doing a support for the throne trade, right? Like you could still just do that.
If you would ever get them to where that's the last promissory note.
And that's not even going to happen.
Even that, like there's some people, notably like Brian, who are like, is it legal? Yes. But am I going to look at you like you're a jabroni for trying to get rid of and trade your notes before somebody takes them? Like, yes, also.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah. It's not good sportsmanship.
Not good sportsmanship, right?
Yeah.
What I'll say is, forget about the tag teaming, although you're right, that's probably like what I think most people kind of like. You hold it and you hope somebody else goes first and then you join in. What I sometimes do with this is I do it to get a trade going that maybe somebody's not thinking about.
Right.
And so like one of the recent games I used this on a Nomad player because again, I've mentioned a few times I'm a big fan of cavalry. And I was just like, you can just give me the cavalry, not a big deal. And like at the time they're like, well, I don't want to just give it to you. I'm like, well, if you want to sell it to me for $1, I'll use this on somebody else. And they're like, yeah, sure. I'll give you a cavalry for $1, which I would be happy to pay that anyway. Right.
Right.
But I'm just starting the conversation this way. So then I play it on somebody else. Right. And so like it's not like I'm trying to extort the table with it, but I got a deal to go through with Nomad because they were like, I don't really want to give this thing away for free, even though it's just $1 in the grand scheme of things, right? That's ultimately what they got it
That's
for.
the right way to use it.
Yep.
It's like Use it on Jolnar and then just have them
Jolnar is
sell
a
you
great
research
example.
agreement
Yes.
for cheaper.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you should just play this on Jolnar. Like, they're the best faction in the game to use this
For
on.
sure.
They
Like,
really
high
are.
commodity factions who have a good prom note and a
Mhm.
good alliance, and that checks the box for them. But yeah, the more diplomatic way to do it is just work that into like a cheaper promissory note deal or an alliance deal.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it plays into the title of the card. It's called diplomatic pressure. Okay, just a little bit of pressure. That's all it is.
I've used it a few times. I feel like this is more of an older school play than like what people mostly use it for now. But I've also seen it and done it a number of times in the past where it's like, hey, if you give me your support, I'll just give you mine when I do this, right? Like just a way to nudge the support swap.
Just
forward.
nudging the swap.
To pressure it.
To pressure. Yeah. It
No,
is
that's
the
good.
spirit of the card. Okay, that being said, and that's all fine. That's all well and good.
It's still not very good.
I do
put it in
feel
D
like
tier.
it's a D tier.
It is. It
does
is.
belong
No,
at the
I
bottom.
agree. It's a D tier card. I just wanted to at least throw those out there because like those are some little nuances that maybe you can throw in.
No, that's
once in a
good.
while.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good way to use it.
That's all good. Well, and so does that mean that? Because I was thinking like below courageous to the end, like D tier, but
I think it's still there.
yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm still a little higher
Talk
on
it
it
up.
than you two.
Talk it up, baby.
Yeah, like I still think it's D tier. Like I'm not. If I followed politics and I draw this, I'm not happy about it. I
Sure.
don't want that. But
Yep.
like
Bad to have.
there are a few situations like the making the deals happen that I think this can enable. The worst is like if somebody gives you a crappy alliance that you didn't really want anyway,
Right.
because they're just like, yeah, I don't care. It's the Nalu alliance, whatever you enjoy, right? Like
Yeah.
that kind of situation. But like that's where you just either, use it on the richer factions, and I think that you can get some deals going. So, but
All right. What about above? You know what? I'll put it below construction rider. What about that? Like
I am okay with that.
right there.
All right. Yeah, I'm good with
It
that.
at least has it. It at least gets used. Like I get it in my hand and I'm like, all right, I'll use it.
Right.
It
Right.
doesn't just get like
Yeah.
a
and
lot
some
of these
those
cards
others
down
don't
here.
even come up.
We don't
Yeah.
even use them. I'll have them in my
Yeah.
hand. I'll be like, well, just not even going to have a time for this.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, great transition. Up next is direct hit. After another player's ship uses sustained damage to cancel a hit produced by your units or abilities, destroy that ship. The targets for this are slim, okay? We got flagships. We got War Suns. I guess Dread 2 is maybe less popular of an upgrade
Yeah.
That's true.
than it was before, but that's because I honestly just don't care that much.
Don't care.
So it's also sort of like when you direct hit me, I'm like,
Don't care.
well, okay. Like, and also the other thing is I'm probably saving my sustains towards the end of the combat anyways.
A lot of
So
times.
like, is this really deciding the combat? I don't know.
The fact that you have to play around it means that some people will, lose a few more combats than like, because you do have the option of sustaining early and just risking the direct hit. Like even in combat calculators, that's one of the things
Yes.
that it talks about. So,
And I
like,
do that, to be clear. It's actually a
I
great
know.
gamble to do.
I'm so paranoid.
I am not quite that paranoid because it's so watered down now. The idea
It
that
is.
the other person has a direct
It
hit,
really is.
it's just not really that likely. You look at how many cards they have in their hand. If you see like, oh man, they got like 3, I don't know. I'm just gonna roll the dice. Let's just see
So
what
if,
happens.
if I'm taking a fight, I'm bringing enough to where I don't need to sustain my dreadnoughts.
Yes.
Is like that's the kind of way I play.
That's also a good way to play, though. Like to be fair, I
But-
also think that way.
Yeah, by the same logic, I'll probably still win the combat even if I lose the dreadnought.
Yep.
So it just I can't reduce every risk, so I should probably stop doing it on one where there's only 4 out of 140 action cards.
Yep.
But Hunter, didn't you do an entire episode about this action card? How could you do an entire episode if it wasn't an amazing action card?
I haven't done an entire episode. I've done 1/4 of an episode. I still owe 3/4. I haven't forgotten. I never will. There are still 3 parts left to the direct hit episode, and you will get them before the end of this project. I promise.
We should have one direct hit in each of these 4 parts of the episode. So this one will have whatever flavor text this is, and then the next 4.
I could do
3
that
we have
easily.
Figured it out.
different flavor
They're
text.
here. I have imported them. I could just add them in pretty easily.
Incredible.
Okay, but how do we determine how good direct hit is exactly? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's D tier,
it's
right?
D for direct,
It's
right?
D tier.
Direct
D
for
for
D.
direct.
Yeah.
Goes directly into the garbage bin.
I honestly am like maybe above courageous. That's where I'm at.
It's around that level because, like, courageous sometimes snipes a capital ship.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I think I'd rather have direct hit than courageous because
I'm more
It's
likely
just-
to
yeah.
use direct hit than courageous, which is why I think it should
That's-
go above courageous.
I think it's a more impactful than courageous because it gets used early in the fight.
Yeah.
Is sort of why.
It can also be it can be hype. I guess courageous can
It
be hype.
can be
too.
hype.
They can both be hype.
That's true.
Um,
They can both. That's true. That is one thing they both have in spades.
Is it better than bribery?
I could put it above bribery
So,
and decoy. Let's
yeah.
just put it here, right
Let's
under
put it
Diplo
there.
pressure.
I think
yeah,
those two together actually makes a lot of sense to
it's
me.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think direct hit and diplomatic pressure actually have a lot in common too. They're underwhelming cards that will get used.
Yes.
I will play them
Yes.
at some
Well,
point. Well,
there's a lot of games you end with direct hit.
It's true.
There's a lot of times it's just
Where you
never
just
use
never-
that card.
well, come on.
I'm just
we,
sitting. It's just sitting there.
we
since
had a
round
logic
one.
there. Also,
Yeah.
we've got 3 cards left, people. We've just got 3 in part 1 of our 7-part series. Just going to scroll down again. I'm gonna puke. We've really messed up here, people. Okay, up next is Disable. At the start of an invasion, in a system that contains one or more of your opponent's PDS units, your opponent's PDS units lose Planetary Shield and Space Cannon during this invasion. I don't care.
Wow.
I just don't
See,
care.
this might be. This isn't below Ancient Burial Sites, but it gets real close.
It's pretty bad, actually. Yeah.
It's real bad.
It's not worse than Ancient
It's
Burial.
not
better
worse.
than ancient burial
It's
sites.
better. It's better.
Like if there's a Jolnar or an Argent that you're going after, or maybe even like a Winu that's made a few PDS with
Sure.
their mechs, like it's got
It
some
can happen. It can
minor
happen.
cases, but it's not good.
So sneaky, I can bombard now.
It's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny that one of the PDS factions is Titans, though, and this doesn't help with that because you still get down and then you have to fight the Hell Titans.
That's
so I
true.
just think
That
that's
is
funny.
true. Yeah.
Like
is
it's like,
true.
yeah, okay, we skipped the part that's less important, but they're still down there with their sustain and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
well,
That's true.
I mean, PDS they peaked in base game. They've gotten less relevant with every new edition of the game, and now they're at their maximum lack of relevancy. The
Yeah.
fracture, from a design standpoint, is like a big like, no, PDS suck. Basically, it's the most like mechanical admittance of like, yeah, we don't care about PDS because there's no way to PDS network the fracture at all. It just makes no sense.
You can't. That's
You
true.
just really can't. I guess
bad.
the egresses can, the ingresses can shoot into the egress. That's about as
Yeah.
good as it gets.
I
in the
have
Dangle
done that.
fracture.
Like
Yeah,
it's not.
Me too.
It's not 0, but it's not good. Like you
No.
get 1 or 2
No,
shots
it's
on
bad.
the
It's pretty
on the
bad.
ingress.
If I'm building a PDS, like I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
Like pinch me.
Actually, that's the main.
You probably
tell.
know what secret I have if I'm building a PDS.
Right.
That's
There's that. And there's also like, it's the number one tell that I am screwing around. Like if you watched me play the Cardboard Crash Course Galactic Report, I think it's the biggest giveaway because of that game. I'm just obsessed with trying to get my PDS everywhere that I can. Because I just wanted to have, and listen, I don't feel like I got enough credit, all right? If you watch that video, they did not give me my flowers on that. I had a PDS network that essentially covered almost the entire map. Like, I could shoot into
Ooh.
almost every single
and guess
system.
what? You lost.
And I lost, big time. But I have never been able to shoot in that. Every single time I would be like, okay, I'm going to roll Space Cannon. Every single person would be like, no, you're not. That doesn't make sense. And I would explain it to them and they'd be like, whoa, why is this how it works right now?
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It was good. Okay, but as far as Disable sucks. I think maybe above confusing legal text is like where I'm at.
I almost want to put it below confusing legal text.
I mean, at least confusing legal text has like one hype play that we know about.
It probably shouldn't be, but
I think it's
just
above confusing legal
It's
text.
way more usable than confusing. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it in non-essential
use
terms to like save a little bit of HP, so it has something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's,
yeah,
but it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Oh, we're already at double rows for our D
gosh.
tier.
Oh no!
Just a quick review. This is our tier list so far. It's gonna get really chunky at the bottom, I think.
This is why we don't draw action. This is why
You're
I don't draw. I think
seeing
this is gonna be great. Once we get all these down, we can go back to this first episode where we talked about why we don't follow politics, and we will say again why we don't follow politics.
Here it is. Here's what you're drawing. Like, this is what we're talking about.
It'll get better later. Don't worry. I'm
There is
sure
some good
it'll
stuff.
get better later.
There's going to be stuff in the A tier. There's going to be some stuff in the S tier. But
once we
you'll
get to
see.
the S row, we're going to be great.
The S row is
The O?
really fire.
O's
the
not
O
bad.
row.
There's only one
yes.
O. Okay. But yeah. All right. We've got 2 more left. We can do this. Up next, Distinguished Counselor. After you cast votes on the outcome of an agenda, cast 5 additional votes for that outcome. Whatever.
I so don't care.
I so don't care.
This just feels worse than bribery in like every way. to me.
I would defend bribery. I think bribery's better. I like bribery.
Yeah, no,
better.
exactly. Yeah, it's worse than bribery.
Yeah.
It's like predictive intelligence, where if they've missed it and didn't account for it,
Yes.
like predictive at least is on the table. I've seen a few, but it's so
It
rare
happens.
with that where
It
it
happens.
matters. It's
It
not
can do something for the speaker specifically, and they do math.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some people don't. Like I sometimes account for distinguished counselor.
Yep.
Like we'll vote 5 extra.
Yep.
But a lot of people won't do that.
If
So
it's
you're a speaker
critical,
and you have this,
It's
then
absolutely critical.
if you
Sure.
care
then you
enough,
should.
you can usually play around it. So
A lot of
Yeah.
times when people bring it up, I will say something like, we don't have touch grass. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't have time to be thinking about this, basically.
that is a touch grass situation.
It's a very
for sure.
touch grass moment.
that's
But
this whole episode.
yeah,
I need to go touch some grass
We
after this
really
one.
do.
And it's like 11 at night.
we really do. We can rank it. I don't care. We don't need to have some big discussion about Distinguished Counselor. I think it's below bribery. Besides that, I don't really care where it goes at all. I mean, just as long as it's below bribery. I'm just trying to make the point that
I'm
bribery is
down.
a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it versus assassinate,
That's where I am. Yeah,
and I
think it's worse.
it's worse too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's put it. I actually, yeah. All right. Let's put it below assassinate, and that's where it will stay. Okay. D tier for Distinguished Counselor. All right. Last card for this episode. We got through the D's. All right. We did 4 letters today. Great job, everybody. Our last card is Divert Funding. Action. Return a non-unit upgrade, non-faction technology that you own to your technology deck. Then research another technology. I love cards like this. I love cards
So
that give me
good.
tech. I love cards that give me tech. Big fan. It's a research. It's not a gain, so we have to qualify for it. But I'm always down. There's always some tech I have that is
It's free.
ready to go, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This might be my favorite of the tech action cards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are in the same boat, but there's always something I can get rid of.
Yeah, I like that it doesn't cost me any money or anything.
Exactly.
I don't think I'd say it's my favorite of all the tech action cards, but it is good, and I do like it a lot. And honestly, like we should scroll up because I think this might be the best card we've talked about today.
I think so too.
I think I agree.
I think so too.
Like the potential on this is pretty good. I mean, also obviously it has action stall, which is great, but like, yeah, especially if I'm talking about this in the context of like a round 4, round 5 situation. You know, one very common example is like I've used DET to get my stuff. I used it to get to gravity drive, but once I've done that, it's not really useful.
Yeah.
And there are a number of techs that are like that. You know, you could talk about Neural or Sarween or a number of other ones. So like they're stepping stones and then you're done with them. So yeah, this is a good one.
That's a good
Being
one.
able to pivot and an unexpected tech.
That's what I love about it. This is the thing. This is why I love the action cards that have tech on them.
Yes.
It's not just that it's a tech, it's a surprise tech that's
Yes.
happening randomly. And that type of stuff wins you the game. That is some game winning stuff. Because everything else we can talk about that gives you tech is not the same kind of surprise. Like you've got enigmatic device, like that's cool or whatever, costs a lot, and everybody knows that you have it, right? Maybe they've forgotten.
Sure.
A lot of times people forget that you have that.
true.
But if they don't forget, if they're being wise, then they're watching you and they're thinking about how that's going to get spent, which is maybe going to cause them to behave a certain way. Divert funding, that just comes out and it's like, Hunbun got Lightwave now. Now we have to think about that. We thought Hunbun was done bun, but now Hunbun got Lightwave. All right. So I'm just saying.
Also, can I just say from my own personal perspective, I love the fact that of all the cards we talked about, our favorite one is the one that's not actually politics. It's emulating technology. Like that is for me personally a huge accomplishment. But also, I think it's correct. Like,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Of all the effects,
I follow tech. I don't follow tech costs much more than politics, and I'll still follow that. So any action card that just lets me do that is sweet.
It's like a best case scenario, to be honest, is like be getting something like this where I'm like, wow, okay, I'm going to save this and I'm going to think about it. Every single tech action card I've ever gotten is saved for a late game play. Like every single time. That's always how I think about it. Is just
depends.
I want them to settle. I want them to like think about it in terms of like, Hunter can't do X. Like I always want that to be said by the players. Oh, I can't do this. So then maybe they sort of settle or change
he doesn't
their
have X89.
stance.
We don't have to worry about him.
He can't do that. Well, I always want people to talk about what I can't do. He can't do this. He can't do that. Oh, yes, you're right. I can't do anything. But then I play Divert Funding and I'm like, wham, I can do stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm hot on this one. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is an S tier to me. Like,
I was gonna ask, do we think it's so? What are we defining as S tier? Because like S tier could either be, game winners or just things that give you a lot of value. And I think this just consistently gives you a lot of value. But
yes,
I mean, it can win you the game.
It can win you the game. It's not definitely winning you the game.
Yeah.
The way I play it, I guess what I'm saying is, I wouldn't necessarily say that I've seen a lot of people use Divert Funding to win the game, but if I get it, my brain spiderwebs immediately go to like game-winning plays, like with it. So
it totally can win you the game. Tech can win you the game.
It for sure can.
I said that, but it totally. I know JJ's just eating this all up.
Yes, yes.
But it really
Somebody
can.
clip that.
Yeah, chat, clip that. Yeah, it's the surprise of it. That's what I love. The surprise of it.
Yeah.
It's a good surprise.
Yeah. I'm good with it being S tier.
Yeah.
I think that's
well. Wait,
reasonable.
I mean, am I hotter on this than JJ even is? Like, what do you think?
You might be. It's crazy. Like I like it, but I think you might even be hotter than me. I want to talk about some of the fun stuff with it for a second.
Yeah. Get fun.
Because like Joel Nar with this it is research.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is still, you can sell another tech with it, right?
Yep.
There's the share knowledge, borrow any tech, divert it away because you're not going to keep it anyway. And now it is just another tech, right?
Yep.
That's funny.
And then there's we've already talked about some of the other ones where like you have used up the value or whatever.
Like Neural or something, or Sarwayne.
Yeah. The reason I'm maybe not quite as high is because I think of this in the hands of like Mahawked, and like for them, for example, it's like I'm getting rid of a tech for a relic. And so like if I compare getting rid of a tech for a better tech versus getting rid of a tech for a relic draw, I feel like that is better. I know that's a little apples to oranges, but like that's value wise.
We're also just different here though, because I am not a big fan of throwing tech for relics. I feel like I like my tech better. I'm
tech better than
I'm
relics?
sort of the tech guy on the show.
We're gonna be having a long conversation.
Yeah, you're the tech guy of this podcast. That's true.
JJ's kind of the
How
rare
dare me.
guy. But
I'm sorry.
I actually sort of stand by my tech side here. Okay.
So where would you put it, JJ? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, it's in my head. I was thinking like A tier.
Yeah.
Like I like it a lot. It is very good. It's just like, so some of the other tech action cards we're going to talk about later, I just like better because for me in my head, I mean, you're right. In practice, and maybe this is like
I don't know. This is my favorite tech one because like reveal prototype, I have to do a combat. Okay, so that's work I have to do.
And spend 4.
Focus research takes
I gotta
money.
have 4 trade goods. Okay,
See,
that's money I gotta have. Like,
but like for me, that's the one. That's the one that I'm hottest on is focus research because I feel like coming up with 4 trade goods is not a huge ask.
It's not. I'm not saying that it is.
I like both of them.
But and I still like focus research. Don't get me wrong. And I still like reveal prototype even though
I
it's
get it.
like
I get it. In
But
your
Divert
in your
Funding
head,
is just
Divert is a tier higher.
It's my platonic ideal.
Yeah.
It's just like, because, dude, there's a tech I have on the board that, like, we don't need anymore. Every single time there's a tech
Unless
I have
you're playing Mahawk.
Yes. Yeah.
And you want to ditch them for relics. Like, you brought that up, but that's one faction.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think for almost all the others, unless you're playing a really tech-light game, there's going to be something you can get rid of in, like, round 4. Because I think this is just a play in round 4.
It's so disgusting if you're Necro with this, too. Oh, I love it so much.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. Daxon for 3 tokens. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So good. That's so good.
I didn't even mean Daxiv, but yes. Like, it also could just be
what
like...
else are you going to get rid
of?
of?
It's going to be Daxiv.
Well, you can get rid of something you can just get back easy. Like,
I think the reason you struggle with this, JJ, is because you have to get rid of something. That's all that it is.
It is. No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
So that's actually a really fair criticism, and I think you're right. Like, in my head, like, I'm still... And I need to get past this. I really do. Like the days of qualifying for 2 and 4 and it mattering just are like way behind us.
That's just not a thing. We don't care about that.
And like, even if I can do it, I still probably shouldn't worry about it anymore. Cause like it just almost never matters. So that is a fair criticism and like why Divert Funding in my mind was not quite as high, but maybe you all are right. And maybe it is actually just better.
I say, let's just try it out. I think at the end, when we're litigating, we're probably going to mostly litigate the S and the A tier anyways, because we're probably not going to disagree that much about what goes at the bottom.
The garbage are still going to be garbage.
Just to have one that we threw in the S tier in the first part of the episode too, that just feels right, I think.
And the fact that it's tech.
Yeah, and it's tech.
It is beautiful.
Well, okay. So that was part 1 of our feature length. This episode is feature length, but it's more of a mini series basically. I don't know how many parts this will take. I no longer feel like I think that it's 3. I'm not even sure if it's 4. How many do we do? We did like 20.
So
that's not bad.
5-part mini series.
5-part mini series. But okay, so we're at 2 hours, 22 minutes. We actually lost Blasto's video. Doesn't even matter that we actually just lost it, but it's okay. We will see you in the future. There will be more of this. We will eventually rank every action card. Please tell us how we got all of this wrong and all these cards are actually better than we're saying. I don't care. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Are we going to ask them to put something down if they put something up, though?
Yes, you have to. You cannot just suggest that we just move things around willy-nilly. You have to, this goes up, that goes down. And also, because JJ said it 2 hours ago, there will be some sort of community poll on the action cards. I don't know what it will look like because there's so many options, okay? But I'll figure it out. There will be a heinous Google form. I think that's what it's going to be. There's going to be a heinous Google form with every single one, and we'll just do it straight up popularity contest style. Vote on your favorites, okay?
Beautiful.
That's it. We'll just figure it out that way. All right, well, good luck, and we'll see you next time for our ongoing mini-series that will last for the rest of the year.